in the place where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? Why, that'll be just swell. Mandy, the hat, the famous hat. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You'd tell me if you couldn't, wouldn't you? How are you? How's things? Tune on the dookie there, lad. Tune on the dookie. Funboy 3. The band of specials could have been. This is going to be one of the longest days in history. Who said that? Who said that? I will take it that means yes. Yeah. There will be sneezes tonight. Just warning you, there will be sneezes. Yeah, this day's felt like a really long day. Because it has been, to be honest with you. Up at 7:30, I think it was. Straight upstairs, showered, ready. Out the door by 8:10 to dentist. And it was cold. You know what? It was the same temperature this morning as it is now. And yet, because it was daylight and the sun was out, it didn't feel as cold. Going to get fuel an hour ago, filled the car up. It was dark, it was night time, and it was the same temperature but felt worse. To the point where I was going to go for a walk. And when I got home, I checked my steps. And the walk to the top of the street and back was near enough doing my target for the day. So I said, sod it, I'm not going for a full walk. I'm going to walk to the top and back down. And I'm going to check it now. I have gone over my steps target. Otherwise, there's no chance. 3 degrees it was. And it was only 3 or 4 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. And I went out yesterday and it didn't even feel cold. It was brilliant. Bizarro. Quick step, telling me. Long step, not quick. Long. Mind you, it was quick as well. I found myself walking to the top of the street quicker than normal, just so I could get back in. I made a cup of tea before I went out and got me fuel. Placed it down. Got my car keys, went out. So by the time I got back, it was still red hot. It was brilliant. That warmed me up. As did YouTube. I checked the channel. The first one I could find, it was talking about horizontal and vertical live streaming at the same time, and it was only a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. That's the first one I've seen in ages where it was fairly new. The back end of YouTube Studio looks different, so it's being rolled out slowly. I would ask Vic whether she's got it or not, because she's over in the States. She might have got it, whereas I haven't got it. But once we have, we'll have a look and we'll see whether or not we can do vertical and horizontal at the same time. Should have took my thermos with me. This thermos. Still hot. Louise, Lulu and Young Generation, Lucifer, Lulu Bellatini. How are you? How are you in yourself? You're all right. Phone's dying. Get yourself a charger. Are you taking over from Kirsty, are you? Have you lent it to a Sherpa as a yakety? What's going on here? Has Ollie nicked it? You know it's a Wednesday. You've got to be fully charged before this happens. I am fully charged. I have charged all kinds of stuff today. including that. Look, it's on charge now. Doesn't need to be on charge now. I did record something this morning and I can't remember what it was, so I don't know if it's going out or not. We'll find out later. I haven't done a walk video today, but I was thinking, right, using all my brain cells in a row. It doesn't have to be me walk around here. It also doesn't have to be necessarily just a walk. I could drive to places in Southport and have a little bit of a quick stroll and show you what they look like. Which I might try that. iMask I think is still up to about 70% charged, but I will stick that on tonight. Also battery for the good camera. You're supposed to be fully clean before this happened, but it didn't. Oh, hello, what have you been up to? That means you're dirty. You're dead dirty, you girl. What have you been doing, Louise? What have you been up to? Have you been repainting somewhere? Mucking out the yak enclosure, the yak sav enclosure. What have you been doing? Why are you filthy? Louise, why are you filthy? You're filthy, filthy. Sam, howdy, being very Texan there. How are you doing? You all right? Yeah, evening all. Steve, I want to know this as well, mate. Why isn't Louise fully clean? Why aren't you fully clean? Dirty. Dead dirty. I need to know these things. And of course, hello to our Helen, the Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field. And Ruby Roo, the #1 tennis ball chaser in the Western Hemisphere, bar none. I am doing something tomorrow, by the way, I think, possibly, probably. My good friend is over from the Isle of Man, has been staying with her mum and dad, and needs to go back home. So she's getting the ferry from Heysham, which is north of where I am. And I give her a bollocking because she got the ferry over and then got train after train after train after bus to get back home. When I said, you should have given me a shout, I'd have picked you up from there and dropped you off. Oh, I didn't want to ask. Fucking dickhead. Just ask. So I'm taking her tomorrow if she's getting the ferry. Making sure she gets on there. Which means I might be recording some bits and pieces. Some other bits and pieces. I was tempted to go up to Morecambe because it's right next to Heysham. But it looks like it's going to be bleeding freezing, so I might just say no. Just say no. Your corner of Texas has been ridiculously humid again. Surprise, surprise. 27 degrees Celsius. That's a warm summer's day. It is freezing. Literally freezing here at the moment. Even though it's 2 degrees Celsius and freezing is supposed to be 0, it is and it isn't, because 3 degrees or less, you get ice on your windscreens. That's just how you roll. Oh, I like that one, Louise. I like that. All the hard work, walking from one bedroom to another to sit at your desk for work. Fear builds up a sweat. Oh, I bet it does. Having to duck under doorways and things like that, being 17 foot 19. Yeah, the freezing conditions. We can't moan. We really can't moan. We're in the middle of the North Atlantic and we have it easy. Everywhere else in the middle of Europe, it's about -10 and we're moaning about being +2 degrees. It costs a fortune to cross over to the Isle of Man on a ferry with a car. It does. She gets the just the passenger. Then there's a train directly from the ferry terminal to Lancaster, Lancaster to Preston, Preston to Lime Street in Liverpool. Then it's a couple of buses to get to where she is in, well, the outskirts of Huyton. Fucking miles away. Where is that? And just pick it up from there. Straight on the M57, M58, M6. Turn left at Lancaster. Piece of piss. Could do it in about 3 hours round trip. That's including going to pick her up. There, Heysham, back home, 3 hours. Piece of piss. Piece of piss. It's a pity it's not during the summer. I could have just gone out for the day, carried on driving up the M6 from there and gone to the lakes or something. But it's cold. It's cold, man. Maybe it's cold outside. It does. Why does it cost so much? I know it's obviously it's the logistics in getting cars onto ferries and ferries across seas and whatever is a pain, but it does cost a huge amount of money. Mind you, the planes aren't really cheap either, are they? Despite the fact that you can get a plane from elsewhere in the UK to elsewhere in the UK very cheaply. There was an article on The Guardian about that today. You can fly from like London Stansted to Edinburgh for 17 quid. Mind you, it's miles outside of London and it's miles outside of Edinburgh. So, but even so, isn't that stupid? You won't get another freeze until next month. We're talking December, proper winter months, and we're getting them in bloody November. It's not fair. It's just not fair. Saying that, I had the little fan heater on earlier on today, which was lovely. The room was nice. I went out, I come back an hour later. Not been in the room for an hour. And I thought I left it on because the room is like molten lava. The actual heating has come on. The actual heating. So this room is sweltering. But I quite like it, you know. Normally I don't, if it gets too warm I don't like it, but I quite like it tonight after being out in the freezing bloody cold. Spent a week in the Lake District a few years ago and thought you'd go over and do the TT course. Going to cost nearly 500 quid to get there and back. Isn't that an absolute ball ache? Ridiculous. And it's a pain in the arse. Where we are especially. I don't know why she's not going from Liverpool, to be honest. Unless it's cheaper from Heysham. There's a Manx ferry that goes from Liverpool. Casper, how you doing? Very cold out here, mate. I don't know how much the flights are, but she normally gets the ferry because it's, I don't know, quicker, easier. It's not cheaper, it's not quicker, that's bollocks. A lot less faff. Connor on 281, keep going, mate, you're smashing it, absolutely smashing it. Very cold indeed, very cold indeed. It is. So much so that when I went outside earlier on, without my fingerless gloves, I should have been wearing my fingerless gloves like Steptoe's dad. It was noticeable. Breathing in was painful. That's when you know it's cold. I've had to put the car condom on. That's on as we speak. The car condom is on. I repeat, the car condom is on. Speaking of cars, my beautiful daughter, my favourite daughter, of all my daughters, she's my favourite. Jess went out on Monday, I think it was. She's not been driving much because obviously the car's been knackered and she's been a pain in the arse. But she went out on Monday and went for a good drive, and she went to see a mate. A mate said, we need to go to Tesco, so she went to Tesco. I need to go to Mackey's, I've had nothing to eat. She forced her into going to Mackey's through the drive-through. So that's ticked off the box, she's done it now. No need to worry about that. Went to Matalan, parked up, did a bit of shopping, dropped her mate off, went back home. Got about 9.5 miles done. So the car got a bit of a run out. And she looks or sounds so much more confident now. Which is boss. But I've missed her. Like sucking on extra strong mint. Exactly that. Christened next month. Are you getting christened next month? I got christened when I was 15, very much against my will. My ma done it. Because she said, if you ever get married, I want you to get married in a church. And she was right. I did get married in a church. And it lasted about 18 fucking months. What a nightmare that was. So I got christened alongside my sister and my cousin. My sister would have been 9, I think. 8 or 9. And my cousin would have been 6. He was small, she was small, I was 6'4". So when trying to dip me in the font didn't work very well, I had to crouch down so the owl Vicar could put the mark of Cain on my head. Fucking out this now, fucking out this. It was a funny day out though. When you got up this morning, it was minus 4.6. Last few days have been very cold. It might snow in the next few days. Give us some pics of that if it does. We love snow. Just watching Casino Royale. You'll be along later, Christine. What are you saying that Casino Royale is more important than this stream? Disgusting behaviour. Disgusting behaviour. That choice, I'm afraid, is very poor indeed. In fact, you know what? Yeah. Choosing James Bond over me.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, very poor. So far, mainly sunny. It was sunny this morning, but it was a strange sun. I've told you, haven't I, before, about the sky occasionally being metallic. It looks metallic. It was this morning. And it was beautiful, but it was scary. Because it looked like... It didn't look like... You know when you know there's snow in the clouds? You can tell when it's going to be snowy during the day. You can just tell. You look up and it looks snowy. It didn't. But it looked this morning as though at any second the sky could fill with snow. That's what it looked like. Confidence will come... do you know what? It has been coming quickly for it because the issue with the smoke coming out the engine and the smoke coming out the exhaust has both just been, don't worry about it. Is it still doing it? No. Sound, carry on going. If it explodes, then we'll take it from there. So she's getting more confident. She's picked her mates up. They're comfortable with her driving. So all these little worries that she had, bit by bit, are going. The only thing she has to do, which she'll be nervous about, is taking me in the car because I will be an absolute nightmare of a passenger. Deliberately be a nightmare in the passenger. Spoiler alert, Bond wins. That's wins. Bond wins. It's a very good film. Are people coming from Gdansk to see the film? Yes, and is it the old one or the new one? You could be cool and say the old one, or you could be a perv and say the new one. I think we know which one, don't we? I'm third on the list. Jeff, Bondo, and then me. Bang out of order. Although, to be fair, come on. How can I compete with Jeff? Bond? Depends on which Bond, I suppose, doesn't it? The ladies do seem to like Daniel Craig, though. Despite the fact that he's a cop-out fucking wall, isn't he? Third. Just you wait. Wait until I'm Brad Pittified. I pittified a fool. That's Monday I'm going in to see them as well, isn't it? Going in for me appointments on Monday to go and speak to them. Then Wednesday I'm going to Wigan to go and see the lipid cholesterol woman, nurse, doctor, I don't know what she is. I've been relegated. I'm crestfallen. My crest has never been so fallen. How could you do that to me? I'm going to go and sit at the bottom of the steps drinking gin with my mascara running the thing. Absolutely, Steve. How can any of us compete with Jeff? We can't. The cheekbones are just... It's the levels, isn't it? It's all about levels. The man, the myth, the legend. El Jefe. Jeff El Jefe. We just simply can't. That I understand, but Bond. Very disappointed. I'm starting to calm down a bit now. Although I was violated this morning. Violated. First of all, my dentist has left to go to another dental practice. 7 miles in that direction. And then I had a hygienist appointment this morning and she got stuck in traffic, so I was sent upstairs to another hygienist who was slightly different. And she virtually climbed in my mouth this morning. Didn't buy me a drink. No chocolates, no flowers. Didn't hold me hand, nothing. Climbed in me gob. you've got to have, do you know what, you really have got to have trust, haven't you? It's such an intimate relationship that you have with your dentist. I thought it was going to be the fella, which is why I've got the name of the stream tonight, A Man Inside My Mouth, or A Man in My Mouth. That was the one song title I thought I was going to struggle with, until my female dentist left, and now apparently I've got a male dentist. But even it wasn't him today. But too late was the cry. If you stood outside tonight in your birthday suit, you'd also be blue. You would. Absolutely, it's horrible, isn't it? I mean, looking blue's not an issue, but that is horrible out there tonight. And I didn't manage to get myself a walk video. Gutted, absolutely gutted. Most are christened a few months after birth in Denmark. Then confirmation of 13, 14 or 15 dependent. For most it's more the tradition and party than the religion that matters. Do you know what, it's pretty much the same here as well, but my mum and dad are not particularly religious. I know my mum definitely believes. I think my dad does, but they never really forced it on me. And when they gave me an illustrated Bible when I was young, and I kept asking questions that they couldn't answer, they just stopped even mentioning religion. So I've grown up to be a complete and utter atheist. But my mum wanted me to get married in the church, so to keep things mild and worry-free, I went, yeah, go ahead, I'll do it. He may have the looks, but you have the skills. Ah, right. You got the S-kills to pay the Beatles. That just only just dropped in there. Lulu Ballatini. Oh, hang on. Louise.
It's going up, it's going up. It's there.
It is there. Level 23. That's fucking huge, that, man. There are multiple Jeffs and Bonds to choose from. There's only one of me. Thank you, Mandy. But you didn't really mean that as a compliment, did you? There's only one of you, gobshite. Pain in the ass. Esther, how are you doing? Ali, Piggly Ding reset. Get yourself behind that bar, girl. Why am I wearing a sun hat when we're talking about it being bastard freezing as well? I mean, seriously. Waarom? Waarom doe je dat? Nou, ik weet het niet. Yeah, Louis going up Mount Pendle, all the way to the toppermost of the Pendlemost. 38,000 feet up Mount Pendle. It's going to be huge, man. We should have a party up there at some point, shouldn't we? I wonder if you could stream from the top of Mount Pendle. Can you get a signal 38,000 feet up? We'll do that one of these days. Have a rave. Mount Pendle Witch Rave. Seems though, Mandy, you've done that before, haven't you, on Irwydfa, on Snowdon. Mandy's raved on Snowdon. Starlink. Steve-O's now singing David Bowie songs incorrectly. There's a starlink waiting in the sky. Yeah. It does, but I don't want to give that gobshite any money at all. The prick. Time to don the orange woolly hat. I was wearing that this week, Mandy. I was wearing that this week. It is lovely and warm, but I do want to buy a Santo Domingo hat. There's an Everton fan site. Our original name was Saint Domingo. That was the church that we were named after. They do hats, and the inside of the hat is wool. It looks amazing. They look the most hotty hat in the world, man. It's a good look. It is a good look. It's nice. You can if you fly the aerial up. Oh, the witchy aerial. Proper Manchester in the area. You know what it is, don't you? Sorted, mate. Proper sorted, mate. Aruri, not Irwydfa. Right, so it's just Snowdon, not Snowdon. Snowdonia, not Snowdon. Same thing. Potato, tomato, same thing. Steve-O, how's the women? The women. How much you want for the women? What was that off? Oh, Blues Brothers, wasn't it? I want to buy your women. How much for the wife? Subtitles. Esther, Ururi is Snowdonia, the mountain range in North Wales. Urwyddfa is the name of Mount Snowdon in Welsh. Ururi is Snowdonia in Welsh. Well, it's not. That's what the actual name of the place is. Should have done Urwyddfa this year. Next year, as soon as the train starts running up again, all the way to the top, gonna have to do that. I need to stand on top of that mountain, man. Bit of mank, man. All of the women are fine. All of the women. Are you staying warm? Yeah, I don't think anyone is here. It doesn't look cold outside because it's hot in here and the car condom is on, so I can't see any Ujima flip on the screen. But I had to make sure I filled it up earlier on. Owned by David. Do people actually own? Doesn't someone own a mountain up there? Or half a mountain? Sure, I've read that recently. You can own parts of the mountains. I know there's a wood for sale, isn't there? A wood for sale in North Wales. You own the wood. I'd love to do that. I'd love to buy a wood or a reservoir somewhere. How boss would that be? Speaking of Starlink, it won't work if it's overcast. What? We need more than a discount if that's the case. So the documentary on the top 10 cloudiest nations in the UK collectively got number 5. Did you know it rains more in Sydney than it rains in the UK? Fact. Hugs from Norfolk. Ali. Feckin' Baltic. It is feckin' Baltic. Ireland got number 4, obviously. Because what happens is, we know this, Gulf Stream, hot, meets cold, turns into rain. Rains on Ireland. And then some of the cloud disappears. Some of it still comes with us. Then it hits the Pennines, more cold, rains on Manchester. There you go. Own it and start a rave. That'd be boss. Just the woods full of lights going off. Loads of rain-wise, you and the UK, Ireland, Scandinavia, share the same endless drizzle. Lie, drizzle. I don't mind drizzle. I don't mind rain. I don't mind cold. What I don't like is cold and fucking rain at the same time. One of the places where you raved, your mate Neil owned that. But actually, that was it then. It was you that mentioned it. Owned part of a mountain where you can go and have a rave. Dan, how you doing, bud? What's going on? Yeah. It is cold. We still need to get out though. Still got to go out. Can't just sit in the house all day. I've got to take the camera out. I've got another lens arriving tomorrow, which hopefully should make stuff look a bit better as well. And I've started using my actual PC to try and get my head around DaVinci Resolve, because at the moment I'm shit at it and I need to be much better. But it looks powerful enough to run DaVinci. We shall see next time I use the actual good camera, how well it uses or how good it handles S-Log 3. Then we'll find out. Still recovering from flu and waiting for an estimate for the truck repairs. That looked naughty, that, mate. That looked naughty. It looked very dear, literally. How's the amazing Holly? Tune, Temptation. I love Heaven 17. I've still got that album on vinyl. It's there. Steve, how's your mum? Is she any better? How's things? Are we all alright? Rains because warm, wet air moves across the Atlantic and then the land juts up. It does. Pushes it into the cold which comes down from the Arctic, because we live not far away from the Arctic. And that creates zhuzh, which zhuzh is everywhere. Holly's holding down the fort like the legend she is. There she, absolutely. Pure legend. Yeah, hopefully the repair isn't going to cost a fortune. That's a proper front end shunt, isn't it? They don't mess around them things. Rough estimates is 4.5k as of right now. Jesus, man. I feel your pain. I've just had to spend, well, just over £2,000 on mine. Oh man, still critical, but now she's got a chest infection. Bloody hell, man. Oh well, let's hope things improve, mate. Let's hope things improve. Where are we? Where are we? Let's pin Dan. Let's pin him. That's Dan's channel pinned in the chat. If you're not following, what are you doing with your lives? These bosses are Dan. Yeah, send positive vibes, definitely. Any positivity you've got to spare, send it over, come on. Yeah, I think, Dan, was it a deer that you hit? Massive bloody things, then. Biggest thing I've hit in a car was a hare. Not one of these on your head, like a big fat bastard rabbit. Tall, big fat bastard rabbit. Could feel the clunk all the way through the car. Horrible. Yeah, Sam, that's a copyright-free music channel if you want to check it out. Very handy if you want to stream or stuff like that without getting hit by copyright strikes, which are an absolute nightmare. Part of the reason why I've not been live streaming before Everton games is because they play the same music over and over again, very loudly, and they constantly claim any of the copyright. Bruno pissing Mars, Katy pissing Perry. Who else? Someone else who's shit as well. A very expensive deer. Very dear indeed. Oh, I am going to sneeze today, definitely. Watch this space. They are a pain in the arse, the copyright. Because it's all done by AI as well. There's too much AI involved in YouTube. People are getting the channels deleted and then deleted because of something that happened in a video. So that when they send an appeal against it, against a half-an-hour video, I think you're wrong because within 5 minutes it comes back. Now we've checked the video. You're still banned. So you obviously haven't checked anything. AI has. People need to be involved. If you're taking someone's channel off them, if you're demonetizing someone who's making a livelihood, at least let a human being do it. If someone said to me, right, we are demonetizing your channel and it was a human, this is the reason why we're doing it, and you can have a little bit of a chat with them via email or something. All right, fair enough, I didn't realise I'd done wrong, etc. But if it's just AI, there's no conversation with it. And there's loads of people losing their channels because AI is as thick as shit. Which is why it gives people 7 fingers on each hand and stuff like that. Copyright is a pain in the arse, unfortunately. And it's been made worse for me because I used to make loads of music on Udio. And Udio have just sold out to UMG, Universal Music Group. And you can't use their music anymore. I've started using Suno again, but even that, you need to pay a monthly subscription to be allowed to use it. Despite the fact that I've used one of my songs that I wrote and performed wrote the music for, wrote the lyrics for, sang. I put it into Suno to see if it extended it for me, to see what it sounds like. Now, if I wanted to use that, I've got to pay them, and they own the copyright. Fuck you, is what I'm saying. Well, you did nothing, mate. I wrote it, I recorded it, I made it. I've just used your platform to extend it slightly. In fact, I should be doing you for copyright. Suno Udio bastards. Want to see hair boxing? Do you get stuck in, don't you, as well? Absolutely. Yeah, I know you hate copyright, mate. For the last 3 years, I know you can hate copyright. They're a pain in the arse, aren't they? Despite the fact that, obviously, fair usage. Apparently there's no such thing as fair usage when music gets involved. If you want to take it all off you, they will do. Someone goes past you in a car with the radio playing, your entire video gets taken off you because the fucking Eagles are playing on their stereo. Pricks. Copyright loves you. Copyright loves Dan. Constantly sending you messages, aren't they? Spring in the UK with hair boxing. We have that. There's quite a lot of rabbits where we are, but there's hares further on down in sort of near Woodvale and Formby and what have you. Best thing you've ever seen is hares swimming rather. So graceful, they lay back their ears and just swim away. Say, what? That's why you wrote the lyrics. It started with Arsenal. Never thought it would come to this. Yeah, Arsenal, don't mention fucking Eagles. Horrible, horrible people. Scotland qualify for the World Cup next year. Last night they qualified, yeah. If the fans come anywhere near you, go and witness them. They are amazing fans and very entertaining. They are. Be prepared to have a 7-day hangover if you go for a pint with them, though. They are brilliant. Scottish and Irish fans. Wales aren't too bad either, but Scottish and Irish fans have got this reputation as just being boss folk. They don't want to get involved in hooliganism because they see it as an English thing. We'll go there and just be completely different to the English fans. And everyone loves them. So they always have a party wherever they go to. I think the Irish played the Dutch, didn't they? And it was just one massive street party. Orange, green, everywhere. Everyone on the ale. Surprise, surprise. Hate the Eagles. Yeah, don't mention the Eagles. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it. The Miracles, we did too. Absolutely. So it should be a good tournament. Your dad paid copyright money for having a jukebox in his pubs. We have that over in the UK as well. It's called the PRS licence, Performing Rights Society. Everyone pays money if you've got a pub, a shop, anywhere where you play live music or you play music, the radio or anything. You pay X amount every year and everyone gets a bit of a cut of it. So you should be covered by that, but obviously a YouTube channel isn't covered by that. If we could all just pay a set amount every year and be able to use anyone's music, that wouldn't be an issue, but we can't. Despite the fact that you might have a YouTuber with 2 million subscribers who is playing someone's music to an entirely new crowd of young people, getting them more money, getting them more exposure. No. I want all that money you're making off that one fucking video, pricks. So at the Canadian coffee shop you talked about earlier that plays pop music every live, they do get those videos demonetised but are still available to watch. Yeah, there's 2 different versions of this. This is the pain in the arse, Sam. You can have a copyright claim and a copyright strike. The claims just mean that they claim all the money that's on your channel. Or not, sorry, on that video on that channel. A copyright strike means if you get 3 of them, you can get your channel taken off you. So you need to be really careful. If you watch any of Angie's live, Angie can be live for 8 hours and then get a warning because she's playing music constantly. They'll let you go so far, play so many songs, and then all of a sudden, no, stop that now. But you can't monetize it yourself. You'll monetize it and then just give all the money to someone else. Sounds like a great time. It is. The Welsh anthem is absolutely amazing. If you see Wales play Scotland or Scotland play Wales, both anthems are amazing. Flower of Scotland and Land of Our Fathers. And the way the Welsh do it, where they start off with the record just to get people going and then cut it, and all it is people singing. Absolute spine tingling. It's amazing, man. You pay to Coda and Gramix, but it's exactly the same. It will be, won't it? So you have to pay, and then everyone gets a bit of a cut at the end of it. Waiting for the copyright overlords to find out what you're doing, to come shut you down. And if you do, move on and do something else. Stay one step ahead. One step ahead of the feds, man. That's all you need to do. Very intense. Yeah, a little bit jealous about the Scotland and Welsh national anthems, because our one's shit, to be honest with you. It's a dirge, isn't it? Whereas if you watch England play cricket, before England games, they sing Jerusalem, which is a bit more stirring. The cricket fans, they've got all the little dance moves that they do with it. Not dance, but you know what I mean. Which can work really well. Even the opposition fans love England singing Jerusalem. Yeah, I'm with Billy Connolly on that one. Get rid of our national anthem and replace it with the Archers theme. Much better. We won't tell them. We'll say Nishlid. Netherlands got through. Curaçao with Dick Advocaat as well. So the whole island is buzzing. Advocaat and Curaçao sounds like the worst cocktail ever, to be honest. Tomash. Sorry you're late. You're never late. Just turn up, don't you? You've been doing cross-breeding experiments. You had a crab and a cheetah together. Things went sideways really fast.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. You've let yourself down, you let your family down, you've let the whole school down with that. How's life below the equator? Now that Domingos Duarte, El Gato Mas Grabber and Mundo has left your gentleman's area alone. You'd rather Jerusalem as well. Isn't it, Boss Steve-O? When they sing it, the fans are fantastic. Netherlands got an awful anthem with the stupidest lyrics ever. Natural yogurt. Oh yeah, bit of natural yogurt. There you go. Dick Advocaat, natural yogurt. Solves it all the time. Yeah, Jerusalem's here, but the actions performed by the Barmy Army are terrible. Anybody who calls themselves Barmy needs to be watched. Anyone who says they're crazy, I'm crazy, mate. No, you're not, mate. I know crazy people. Do not actually advertise the fact that they're crazy. I'm mad, I am. No, mate, he's fucking mad. Usually come in stacks of claims. They upload the video and it go through, and then they come back and claim video. You're still getting hit with claims for ETS 21? Say what, motherfucker? On 3-year-old videos, they are mad, aren't they? Philippe Clement. Who saw that one coming? Is he took over Norwich? Jeez, man. Never saw that. Bloody hell, he's a good manager as well, isn't he? That joke gave you a flashback of a live stream you ran into last night. Are we doing karaoke live streams here, are we? He was never in the running, so to get the job is surprising. We'll give it a go. That's a good quality appointment. That hang on. Football. Fußball. Back of the net. Bing, bang, boom. Lovely stuff. He might be the man for the job. He could be the man for the job. A bit more experienced, isn't he? That's what you need. You should have gone for Dyche, to be honest with you. What is this football you speak of? Says Ali Alio. Most popular game on the planet, Ali Alio is what it is. No worries, stay legendary, you two. Get back to it. Is this just dealing with copyright claims as a full-time job, dealing with them? Bastards. Keep fighting the good fight. Where is he? Come on. Keep fighting the good fight. Freedom! You'd be pleasantly surprised, yeah. We need the Canaries back on the perch, we do. I'd rather have Norwich in the Premier League than some of the shitty ones who are up here at the moment. Can we swap them for Newcastle or Leeds? Soccer, no alley, football. Actual football. Real football. Not soccer or calcio. Calcio. Calcio, where you said calcio, it makes it sound more Welsh there, doesn't it? It was the mating going sideways. Some dog training business live stream things they really shouldn't have. Turn off the cam. Ooh, right. Was it lots of brown chicken, brown cow music, was it? You know what I mean. Brown chicken, brown cow. Yeah, baby. On the ball city. Just looked at the meteorological site and the average temperature here for the last 24 hours is minus 0.3 degrees. When will I see heat again? What is warmed? Love that graphic. When the crowd goes mad. Selecta. It's called football. Football. It's not soccer, no. It's called football everywhere in the world apart from the States, where they call it soccer. Italy, where they call it calcio, because it was similar to an old game played between like villages over in Italy. And probably, well, Ireland will call it soccer, but it predates your stuff anyway. Football. The only people who used to call it soccer over here were posh people. Posh kids in public schools. So they play soccer in the morning and rugger in the afternoon. No one called it fucking soccer. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Football. It is. Tuesday a true breed of football or soccer is football. You can't call Gaelic football because it's played mainly with the bloody hands, same as American football. Some Aussies call it soccer, yeah, because they call Aussie rules footy. Some Aussies call it soccer because they call rugby league footy. Also, some Aussies call it soccer because they call rugby union footy. If someone in Australia says they're going to the footy, you have to ask them which one is it. Very few will say soccer. They will say either Aussie rules. Rugby league, I'm going to the footy, mate. Which fucking one? But Craig David. Craig David's garage would be brilliant, wouldn't it? You took a car in on Monday. You took it for a drive on Tuesday. All that kind of thing. You pronounce it football. Football. Gaelic football. Played with the hands. Just occasionally kicked. Most of the time hand passes. Bloody... It's not. Call it something else. JA. Just call it JA. We're off to play Gar. Yeah, agree with the turn off the camera. Not me, leave the camera on. To be honest with you, I've got a face that's worse than two dogs shagging. Let's be honest. You talk to Americans too much, Elliot. If you're calling it soccer, you shouldn't be. They could have turned the camera elsewhere if they didn't want to end the live. Look at the sky. While the saxophone music continues in the background. 26, baby and Marvin. Let's get it on. Told you about Craig David working with the Great British Archery team at the next Olympics. Haven't you, asked there? Two-step. Le genre. The UK and Ireland goes all in on handball arc for the next 298 years. Never going to happen. Football does sound a bit South London, doesn't it? Old school South London, no. Not new school South London. Isn't it bizarre? In my lifetime, an entire accent has changed for a massive region. It's gone from being people speaking slightly like Cockneys to sounding like, I don't know, Kingston Town Yardies. It's bizarre. And it's not just London anymore either. If you go to parts of Birmingham and Manchester, they're starting to sound the same. What the hell's that? Two Dog Shagging isn't that a Native American name? Do you know, it should be. Yep, Craig David and the British archery team. He's their bow selector.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. Yeah, it does sound like a Native American name. That's the first thing you see when you open a tent, isn't it? That's what you call your kids. Which always worried me, because I dealt with a fella years ago called Camel Deep. I just thought, what's he named after? I don't want to know, to be honest with you. Surf landing. They used to, genuinely. Mind you, people in London used to have Cockney accents. They don't anymore. I know most Cockneys have been kicked out to Essex, but it's bizarre. In my lifetime, in my adult lifetime, not just my own lifetime, my adult lifetime. I used to go to London to watch the footy when I was in my early 20s, and everybody spoke Cockney. Now, nope. There's a Half Man Half Biscuit song with the lyric, so here's to your Native American name, great big whopper with shit for brains. Oh man, Nigel, what a man, what a man, what a mighty fine man. He gets a name check in Ujima Flip's book, doesn't he? Stuart McConey. I can't remember which book it was. But he's speaking to Nigel Blackwell, walking round Birkenhead, talking about Birkenhead Park. Birkenhead Park is the origin of Central Park in New York. That's where the fella who designed Central Park saw Birkenhead Park and went, that's what we're going to make. And if you look at one compared to the other, it's almost copy and paste. True story. Yeah, Stuart McConey, I can't remember which book it is. I've listened to a few of his now, but really good. Really, really good. Your internet just noped. Can't be doing that. Get Starlink. Except you can't, can you? Because it's always bloody cloudy in Wales. That'd be a great show, wouldn't it? Instead of it's always sunny in Philadelphia, it's always cloudy in Merthyr. I'd watch that. Casper, you live and grow up with 4 major accents, mate. As soon as a nation's been around for hundreds of years before cars and bikes, it ain't so weird. It is mad, isn't it?
Higgly ding. Next.
Piggly ding next. If anyone wants to go beyond the bar, let me know. Let me know. He did a bit on the one show about that. Do you know what, Steve? He's got some really good books. He does a good one about the North. Because he lives in London as a journo. Going back to the North. What is the North? Where does it start? And then how important Liverpool is. How important Manchester is. How Leeds has suddenly got massive, isn't it, Leeds now? First Harvey Nichols outside of London, all that kind of stuff. It's brilliant. But he done one about, I can't remember the name of it, but he was talking about the UK in general. It's brilliant. Such a good writer. And he reads his own audio books as well on Spotify. Well worth listening to. P-break. 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 Birkenhead Park is the inspiration for Central Park in New York. As for the skyscrapers, culture, etc., well, New York has nothing on Birken Vegas. It hasn't. Definitely not. Not always, except Blind Eye. Blind Eye. It's always raining. By the way, man, the Welsh is shit. Why does every other set of letters say I? Doesn't matter what it is. You can use every single letter in the alphabet and it all just says I. Blind Eye Festiniog. Is it Blind Eye Festiniog? How can that be Blind Eye? Fucking Welsh coming over here, causing kerfuffles. Used to enjoy Mark and Lard on Radio 1 in the day. The Graveyard Shift on Radio 2 was even better. The Radio 1 show that they had in the afternoon, some of the things they did, I don't believe they got away with them. Do you remember the vinyl record collector in mint condition? Which was always just an excuse to cut songs and make them sound disgusting. The one he did with Paul McCartney, Muller, fucking tire. Oh, miss rolling in from Muller, fucking tire. What, you can't get away with that at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But the Graveyard Shift, which I think was 10 o'clock till midnight on Radio 2. Whenever anybody said something that was blatantly obvious, instead of no shit Sherlock, It was a fuck my hat, I didn't know that. Fuck my hat, I didn't know that. Little jingle. What? Brilliant. Mark and Lad were brilliant. Get them back. Merseyside gets an average of 1,500 sunshine hours per year. Remember back in 2017 it was a super cloudy and bleak year. Records say we had a country average of 1512. Yeah, we've got loads more cloud because of where we are. Last 5 years you've had 1750 to 1900. Because the clouds rain all over the UK and Ireland before they even get to you. We're full on data and analysis. Except ironically that's E. What? How does it work? How is blind eye? You just stuck your head out. Looks like it could be a frosty one tonight. Well, zip up and be cool about things. Your head will be frosty. Keep it indoors. The Thomas Frost. That's the name of the Weatherspoons near Goodison Park, by the way. This is the Thomas Frost. Christina's delighted to join us now after spending a nice hour or so lusting over Daniel Craig. Glad you could join us. Shaken, not stirred. Yes, yes, yes. Filthy beggar, you filthy beggar. Esther, what question? Where is it? Where's your question? I can't see your question. What is it? Put it back in. I can't see it, Esther. The Norwegian southern mountains also take the brunt of the northern front. There you go. So you sort of hedged out of it, aren't you? Thankfully. You really see that in the summer at your uncle's in Sweden. Her name is Barnes. Christine Barnes. Licensed to thrill. There you go. Doesn't sound anything like him anymore, does he? I used to be able to do that really well, as Sean Connery. I've even done it on Red Rose Rock FM radio live one night. I did the weather forecast in the style of Sean Connery. True story. The good old days. 1991, I think it was. A long time ago when we was fab, you know. And I ended up getting tickets to go and see The Farm in Preston, which was weird because they used to drink in our pub in Halewood. Never saw them live. As soon as we moved to Southport, I ended up getting tickets to go and see them in bloody Preston at the Guildhall. They were brilliant, brilliant live. Up on the balcony, all the lads that used to drink in the Derby were up there, all having a boogie. And they were supported by Magic Clock, who were a great Liverpool band. None of this makes any sense to you whatsoever, does it? But there you go. I enjoyed it. Would have been 1991, I think. We moved here in 91, so it was either 91 or 92, but I think 91. Totally irrelevant, I know. Doesn't matter. There you go. Oh, do you know what? My throat is starting to feel like Sean Dyche here. Not good, is it? I haven't watched much football. I certainly haven't watched any Notts Forest games with him in charge. I don't think I could take it. Don't think I could take it, man. Tell you what I did watch today, though. On the Everton YouTube channel, Gerard Deulofeu, an interview with him. What was your time like at Everton? Fucking hell, man. He's gone through the ringer. He's just pretty much his cruciate ligament went and all his cartilage has gone out of his knee. They're having to rebuild it using stem cell technology. It's been out for 3 years already. Isn't that mental? Susan, what's the man in your mouth? Maybe just get the man in the box. There you go. Filthy beggar, you filthy beggar. It was the one song by The Cure I didn't think I'd be able to manage to get a stream attached to. And yet here we are, I did. Because I went to see the Dennis this morning. And his mate, Arthur Dennis. You are indeed, Susan. How's things over there in Vegas? Funnily enough, Mandy, Mandy's niece couldn't stream because it was raining, and on Instagram Susan put a video up of, was it raining in a car park which was insane. Absolutely insane. When it rains in Vegas, holy shit, it rains in Vegas. No messing. Proper full on. Pictures of it didn't happen. Filthy beggar. Filthy beggar. Football, innit? That's football. Football. You're having a step, you go off in cha. Proper flood. Oh, you can finally tuned up right, Miss Jones. So, Jeff has been watching Rise and Damp this week, has he? Good choice, Jeff. That is one of the best sitcoms of all time. Bond. Jeff Bond. Yes. Be calm your beating heart, Christine. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, on Sunday. You never know. Watch this space. It could happen. Again, no answer. Esther, what was your question? I can't see it. Where is it? Where is your question? Has it appeared on screen? Esther, retype your question. Surely Jeff would be a Bond villain. He would be. But he could also go undercover as Bond. Esther, are you invisible or what? Esther, your question has not appeared on my screen. What was your question? Type it again. Jeff would be a really good Bond villain, but he looks good in a suit. In a tux. You asked it twice. I've never seen it once, Esther, otherwise I would have answered it. What is it? Jeff and Pushy Galore. I can't answer if I don't see it, Esther. That's all I'm saying. Zinasuit. Zinasuit. Just seen a former Bond girl jumping up and down outside earlier. On a Blackman. Now I think it was on a trampoline. Very poor indeed. You can't imagine the desert. You have Northern Europe's biggest desert here, but still our humidity is 90 most of the time. In Greenland with 15% humidity, your uncle kept his cigarettes in the fridge. Otherwise they get all dry. It's mad, isn't it? If Jeff was a villain, you'd want him to win. Absolutely. He's Jeff after all, isn't he? Let me see if is there anything. Where's this show the held bloody? Doesn't show the held stuff. I can't see a message. Cannot see a message. Bond girl on trampoline. You saw that girl had a Fleetwood Mac steering things. Go on if you want to do the. Yes. Does it have any YouTube unfriendly words? Some stuff will be banned because of the words that you use. So be careful with the language you use in questions. Stevie Nicks. There we go. Right, you're getting the very poor indeed for that one, Christine.
Very poor indeed.
You did it. You did the punchline. You're getting the VPI. Very poor indeed, Christine. Very poor indeed. Come on. Who is the best Bond girl? Oh. Oh. That's a question, isn't it? That is a question. Stevie's Knicks. Susan, sorry, you got your... Oh, yeah. You rescued 2 puppies. They won't let you do shit. Look after them. Look after them. Barbara Bach was fantastic, has to be said. Ah, Bach. Yeah, I quite like Barbara Bach. Wasn't she married to Ringo? Or have I lost my mind? Eva Green was good. Oh, yeah. Ursula Andress. Barnes, you've stolen your VPI hat-trick. Going to come back with another one. Still nothing. What? In November. Still married. All right. Ava Green. You can't believe the green. Anyone got any Veras? Lovely. Yeah, Ursula Andress, I think. Some great Bond girls, though. But to be fair, the best Bond character of all time, the best Bond person, Sean Connery. Just Sean Connery. Is John Lennon a forbidden word? Well, no, he isn't. There you go. What was the question? It depends on what you put. Yeah, it's not appeared on screen, otherwise I would have answered it. Send us it via message and I'll see what it is. Oh, hang on, what's this? Just message me with it and I'll answer it on the screen. Koch means chef in Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and also the Netherlands, which is why you have people called de Koch. I must be able to say that without the YouTube police thing you're talking about. Yeah, you've got to be careful, of course, because certain words sound awful to other people that are not awful. If you're in Lancashire or Yorkshire and you say I couldn't, then it sounds abysmal to someone who's possibly, I don't know, in the States, who doesn't like certain words beginning with C. Same with if you are Dutch and you're talking about your behind. KONT doesn't sound particularly good to people who are worried about that particular word. You know what I'm saying? Yes. The C word and the T word, that referee from Treorchy is a very much a band name. Ooh, Monica Bellucci. Very, very, yeah, man of class. Etienne Stebonsky, you are indeed. Yes, very nice Monica. Tallest and most glamorous. It's all different now. Ask us one on sports, there you go, we'll answer that one. Or just send it via message and I'll read it, if I'm allowed to read it. Yo means yes in Danish, but sounds exactly like yo in English. So you might encounter the grandma saying yo here, in the same way that you would get one of those rapper fellas. Yo, 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 what up, dog? Yes, yes, yes. Of course. Maybe that's where it came from. Maybe that's why people say yo instead of saying yes. John, yo. Could be a thing. I don't know. Shaken, not stirred, still hot. Right, the question was, it's eerie if John Lennon was shot in or nearby Central Park. Well, it can't have been that far away from Central Park, can it? But yeah, a park that was based on a park in Merseyside, and then probably the most famous son of Merseyside, apart from Leon Osman, who's actually from Wigan and Skem, but we'll gloss over that. Then being iced near Central Park, I'm sure it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it went to the Dakota Buildings right near Central Park. Absolutely. I don't know why that's been blocked, to be honest with you. Nothing wrong with that, but it might just be because, yeah. You've mentioned the word shot. Films are shot. There's films shot in Central Park. Someone once called and asked to speak to Louise. I said, "You are." Phone went quiet. I said, "You are" again. "Oh," came the reply. They thought I was saying yes, because I said yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Again, that's part of the accent, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, do you ride? Are you a rider? Do you play polo? No, I said yeah. YouTube's not keen on unaliving either. Apparently not as bad as people made out. People went a little bit apeshit about that. You can't mention blood or killing or anything like that because YouTube will kick you off the platform. Then a fella from YouTube said, no, it's nothing to do with that. And also now advertisers can pick and choose what kind of people they want to advertise with, so you're all right. Just don't go too mad about it. Asking about a form of violence must have triggered the block, but I don't get why with that one. It's a bit mad. Weird, man. Tom to Tom. How's Mrs. Tom? Can you hear me, Mrs. Tom? And Domingos Duarte, el gato más guapo del mundo, eh? Leon Osman. Leon Osman's middle name is Fuck Off, by the way. Fuck off, Osman. Posh Louise. Posh Louise. Don't sound very posh to me, do you? With your hybrid Lancashire, Yorkshire, Himalayan accent. P-break. 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 Stay classy, Lulu Bellatini. Lulu Bellatini sounds like she could be a Bond girl, doesn't she, that name? It's very sort of Monica Bellucci, Lulu Bellatini. They could have gone to the same school. Biggest horror of your life was once one person asked, what part of Zealand are you from? Yikes, but us from the mainland tend to speak like the main dialect when we don't talk to local guys, right? Mrs. Tom is getting over the cold, good stuff. Domingo was discovered in the bed at 2:34 last night, stroke this morning. He must be feeling the cold. Ah, poor Domingos Duarte, el gato más frío del mundo. Took a shot in the dark on that one. Wasn't that Toya? A shot in the dark. You've got a stronger shot than Leon Osman. Saying that the one against Larissa was pretty well hit, and Man City. So many speak the dialect and also the common dialect. See people saying pew pew, yeah. That gets used quite a lot. Pee away the anger. Normally piss yourself healthy, isn't it? Glad to hear Mrs. Tom is on the mend. Absolutely. She carries a pistol in her garter. Is it a pearl-handled pistol in her garter? Does she go by the name of Miss Kitty by any chance? Domingo is cheaper than a hot water bottle. It is a win-win, that one, isn't it? Oh, Anna Armas. The most recent film. I've not seen that. I haven't watched any of the latest Bond films. He ran onto the Larissa one. He did, but he didn't half catch it. That's a bit like a golf shot. When you know you've hit it, well, you don't even feel it. Yep. Christine, can we have proof of that? Can we have proof of the pistol in the garter belt? Can we? No. Oh. Terrible behaviour. The Man City one, he did, but he sliced it into the top corner. You could see Joe Hart's breaking. Problem is he's a big cat. He stretches to the length of you. That doesn't make him a big cat, to be honest with you, Tomash. Takes up half the bed. Should have written it in Dutch. I think it still understands Dutch, to be honest with you. You see, YouTube, the AI and the algorithm understand Dutch perfectly. They struggle with Scouse, that's the problem. But YouTube are not that arsed. Even on an official YouTube video, the fella who was talking about what you can and can't get away with used the F word. You never used to be able to use anything like that within the first 20 seconds of a video. And he said, you can now, don't worry about it, but just don't go over the top. Don't be using it in your thumbnails or in your titles and stuff like that. Otherwise you might struggle. But yeah, You can use the word fuck, he said. Wow, okay. Have I seen Brassic? I haven't. I've got this automatic thing about stuff that's been suggested at the time. I'd rather wait until it's finished and then go back and watch. So I think Brassic's going to be on my list of stuff to watch. Same as Breaking Bad when I did that. That was years after everyone else had watched it. Never watched any Bond films, more into mafia films. Bond's good. Bond is always like a bank holiday over here. You're not in work, throw a Bond film on, or it's on ITV or something, isn't it? Brilliant. Yeah, even better than surely for a big hot water bottle. Not for you, you'd be a sneezy mess by morning, you would be. You just remembered Anna. Have a think as to the Lulu Bellatini backstory. She's a double agent that Jeff, as Bond, seduces and melts into switching sides. Oh, there you go. There's a film about to happen. Esther, you don't know what you're missing. They are really, really good. Really good films. I'm not a big fan of, I don't know, action films, but Bond's really good. Especially the older, more camp Bonds as well. Anything with Sean Connery, well worth watching. Also Roger Moore, which is an actor, not a suggestion. Chicken. Yeah, we just don't say thermos. Still hot. That is a good cup of tea tonight. You say that all the time. You visited a live of someone you interact with in another stream, as you have to take your first comment out of YouTube's hold for review. It had nothing remotely ban-worthy in it. Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird? I don't get it. I don't guesses. Parfait. It is parfait. Tomash parfait. She's got that about her, hasn't she? Our Lulu Bellatini. Being 17 foot tall. Brassic is just about finished exactly. I think it has finished over here, hasn't it? So I might give it a couple of months and then go back and watch. See how it is. Red-blooded female here, no need for Bond girls. You don't need to watch for Bond girls. You watch for Bond. Bond is fantastic. Bond, of course, is a spy, a no-nonsense spy for MI6 over in the UK. Actually, I reckon you genuinely like the films. They're really good. A lot of money is spent on them. But they are boss. Casper, you heard someone say Brassic was the same story each episode. If it is and it's still funny, I don't mind that. It won't let you type chunky as in a bit portly. Who are you going to call portly? Lulu Bellatini. There's no one portly here. We're all slender, lithe like kittens. There's some strong Bond women, yeah, there is. Xena on the top. There's some really, really strong Bond women. It's definitely worth watching. It's just because everyone's got a favourite Bond and every woman's got a favourite Bond. Every fella's got a favourite Bond girl. It's just one of the things, isn't it? One of the things you grow up with in the UK. From Russia with Love, boss film. They had the Bond books where he wouldn't let you read them as a teenager. They're a little bit more dark, aren't they, than the films, or they go into a bit more detail. According to the mod list, there's no banned words on this channel apart from Traorchi, which is odd, very odd. You only like some songs. Bassy song, Goldfinger. Diamonds Are Forever, which one? View to a Kill by Duran Duran is brilliant. Definitely. It's worth watching, Esther, it's definitely worth watching. I reckon if you watch one film, you'd like him. Good action, good stories. Some of it's quite camp as well at times, really. Quite funny, brilliant. One of those films that you can watch for 10 minutes and then you look at the clock and you've been there for 2 hours. Easily done. Should all, what the Danish series, the Mink Breeders, whatever it was, beats Brassic by a long shot. Yeah, I see, shot. You see chunky in cat terms. Yeah, imagine it's censored if you took the C off. There's some American racial overtones, there is, definitely. I see Chonky in my head is Luke Shaw, who plays for Man United. Whenever I see a chunky good boy, just think of him. Because he has got back. Best Bond theme. I'm going to have to stick with Liverpool here, aren't I? Live and let die. Bit of Macca. Bit of Macca, lad. Remember you were calling the cat Portly last year. And although you could see it in the chat, it didn't get published on screen. What? You're not allowed to fat shame. It's not fat shaming. If someone is portly, you can call them portly. Gobshites. Brassic is a very mid show. Just thought you would ask since the latest UK show you've watched. At the moment, I've got loads of YouTube that I need to catch up on, including making stuff. So I don't really watch as much TV as normally. Watch Air Crash Investigations, I like that. Like, are the biscuit wafer things you serve with cheese, is that a banned word? It could be, if used by a gentleman of African origin to talk about someone of Nordic origin, I suppose, wouldn't it? That'd be crackers, that though, wouldn't it? Luke Shaw has got back. I remember the last game my dad went to was Everton United, the 1-1, where we should have won. But Gylfi Sigurdsson was lying down and after being smashed to bits by Slabhead, and he disallowed the goal. Yeah, Luke Shaw was right in front of us on the halfway line in the upper Bullens, and I just thought, boy got back. You only live twice? I hope so. Very unpopular with Hindus, I think, that film. They see it as bullying certain BMI challenged people. That's a very, very posh way of putting it, that, isn't it? I say, that man, you BMI challenged person, you. In this ever-changing world in which we live in, no matter, bad grammar, terrible. Stop. Grammar time. I'd love to show you those great Danish series, but you don't know how. Very, very Oasis there. I'm sure we can find them. They'll be on somewhere, won't they? Probably YouTube, to be honest with you. Live and let die, Steve. Come on, live and let die. The Black Swan is on your radar. The only one I know really is the song by Tom York. Got to be careful with a certain cat breed. You do and you don't. Bizarrely, you don't. Kev has got cats, hasn't he? And he mentions them all the time, and no one bats an eyelid. I think it's just context, isn't it? And for some reason, YouTube can't always find the context in which you're talking. You do like a good Matt Monroe, but Skyfall takes some beating. The best Bond theme of all time was done by Radiohead, and they never used it. Spectre, it's called. Brilliant, brilliant tune, man. I know your story about the disallowed goal v United. Go on, tell them all, tell them all, tell them all. You've seen rave reviews. 9 out of 10. The music was boss. Radiohead should have done the Spectre theme rather than the Sam Smith. They tried, haven't they? They tried to give it to Bond twice, and they've just turned it down twice. There's no need. Starting to feel bullied. No one can bully you, Steve. Oh, come on. How can anyone bully you? Not a chance. You're a fat bastard. You're a fat bastard. You're a man of husky proportions. That's all it is. That's all that is. Oh, hang on. Just had to reply to a message. A very important message. Done. There you go. Scary what lewd creep criminals can get away with. Didn't even know it was an offensive word. There's loads of offensive words that people don't know. And the same words, when used in other languages, are not offensive. Which is why it annoys me. Who gets to decide? Why does the Americanization I know it's an American company, but why do they get to say what's wrong and what's right? The C word, for example, in the UK and Australia, we can use that as a term of endearment. But in the States, it's very puritanical, a word that they don't like. I understand that, so don't use it. But there's words that Americans use that I think... But there's loads of bloody channels I watch where the music that they're playing is gangster rappers using the N-word over and over again. Thinking that to me is more offensive than the C word. Unless you're calling someone a C word, obviously. Just, I don't get it. But for a global platform, why is it the American stance on what you can and can't say? Why is that the one that we need to stick by? I don't get it. I don't get it. You are built for the job, Steve-O, definitely. Well built, says Barnsey. How do you know? That's all I'm asking. The day after your wedding wasn't to be, so day after the wedding was the United game. Mrs. Tom left hungover. You to the match. Months of wedding prep angst released as the winner went in. Except it didn't. Only disallowed because of Gylfi sitting down. Last game before COVID it was, I remember it well. And also he was only sitting down because Harry Maguire took him out. Should have been a penalty. He wasn't interfering with play. Sky 6 versus non-Sky 6, they get the decision. Exactly das. But English as well. Americans, fuck yeah. Yeah, it's mad. I can understand you don't want certain amount of things put on your platform, but there's got to be a bit more thought behind it. If you do use a word that isn't liked, get a warning. In what context did you mean it? Can you please not use this word because of... Have a human speak to you about it. Don't just blanket ban things. Well, kids might be watching. Well, they shouldn't be watching, should they? Advertisers don't want to advertise, really, because I watched The Sopranos, and within the first 5 minutes of The Sopranos, Tony Soprano had used that word, and about 20 people had been shot. And Coca-Cola and McDonald's advertised before and after the show. So it's not a problem. Honest. You'll catch it at some point. You act like at the centre of the world. They are at the moment, unfortunately. I don't know. We know they're not. They know they're not. The people know they're not. It's just that they're being told all the time by the governments that they are. And the reason why this is a dangerous thing to do, the rest of the world could turn on the States. Not necessarily militarily. Don't need to. If the rest of the world started trading oil in euros rather than dollars, the US would go bankrupt overnight. It's trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. It's kept up, propped up artificially by oil being traded around the world in dollars. Take that away and do it in euros. All the dollars around the world in banks will be sent back to the Federal Reserve, and you'll get hyperinflation like you used to have in Zimbabwe. People will be going to buy a loaf of bread with a pickup truck full of notes. The world knows it, and they haven't bothered to threaten them yet, but they will do at some point. US need to be more cool. Go back to fucking going to space rather than trying to blast the entire nation to bits. And then bombing all around the world, turning big rocks into little rocks and little rocks into bloody sand. Come on. Let's go and spend that money. Instead of spending it on weapons, spend it on... Well, actually, fuck Musk off. NASA, start going back to the space, man. That's what we want. Be forward looking again. Bit of bada bing, yeah. Bada boom, bada bing. I'm just busting your balls, T. Been off rewinding and watching to see if an answer you gave to Thomas's question about crisp wafer would be blocked, and it was. What? What are they doing? What are they playing at? Viva Pause Vegas must be a reasonable portion of the US GDP now. Absolutely. Gorgeous dog paws. Never mind oil. Absolutely. That's what GDP is. Gorgeous dog paws. Ruby for president. Just looked it up and it says, can't be documented who first swore on Danish TV. You don't really care. Absolutely. Sam, your commitment to research is very much admirable. You are cracking. You are tabulous, is what you are. Tabulous. You actually gave the origin, which is not the crisp wafer, but the sound, the length of leather when snapped. All right. When you say a length of leather when snapped, cracking is a northernish compliment. It is. You're cracking, you are. In fact, someone who's cracking who's really good is a cracker. Oh, it's absolutely cracker, that lad. In fact, isn't Northern Ireland cracker is just good, isn't it, as well? Which is why the Derry girls absolutely cracker. Slavery relations. We've all had them, haven't we? That's where you get chained to the bed and stuff, isn't it? I've said too much. It's mad. It's mad. It's mad. I know you've got to be careful, haven't you? Smashing, as the Scots say. Smashing is also... Smashing's quite just a normal UK thing as well, you know, West. It's not just Scotland. They use it quite a lot, but we do as well, actually. Smashing. Good. Smashing. It's a cracker, that lad. It's an absolute cracker. Stop it, you fucking stupid thing. These are all things you're trying to accumulate to keep in mind whenever you end up going live. To be honest with you, I don't care about it, Sam. I try and refrain myself from dropping C-bombs, but apart from that, anything goes. Absolutely smashing. It's the dukey stuff. Button needed to be pressed. Many apologies for the inconvenience. At least that's what Still Game taught you. That is a great show, that. I did say you'd like it. I did say you'd like it. It is brilliant. I need to go back and watch that again, I think. I have a habit at the moment where if I've got a spare half hour and there's nothing on and there's no YouTube to be watched, it's Red Dwarf. I'll throw that on. And I just go back to the start. Keep watching through. Go back to the start. Keep going through. I might have to do the same with Still Game, I think. Smash hits. Smashing hits. Simply lovely. Belter. Belter. Which of course also doesn't sound too good. She's a belter. She's belting. Who's she belting? No, she's not belting, she's a belter. And then you've got things like the biggest YouTuber, Mr. Beast. Does he know what it means in the UK? I wouldn't be calling myself that on YouTube. Feckin' ages. You're a beast. You'd be much happier for yourself and mods to make the human decision on chat. Exactly. Rather than YouTube overdoing it. Because it's quite puritanical, YouTube at times. Just, if it goes too far, step in. If not, well, you know, you've seen yourself. For channels that you either watch or mod on, you can, the people who know what they're doing know what they're doing. Like in this channel, not much is needed, not much mod action is needed. Whereas over at Vic's lives, when you've got 12, 13, 14-year-old girls on there, you've got to be careful with the people who are in there, what they're saying, the language they're talking about, and the subject matter. So you've got to be really, really careful. Whereas on this, say what you fucking like. As you mentioned earlier, you can't help dropping the C-bomb, especially if you're talking quickly. Exactly. When you try to say I couldn't, it just comes out as something different, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Say don't. Doesn't. Doesn't it? Couldn't. We're not doing that. But nobody even thinks about it. Subtitles are essential. Belter, you learn from top to pops. Was that Jerry Cinnamon by any chance? She is a belter. You can take the girl out of Pendle, but you can't take... Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Australian, she's a beaut, mate. Means something different in our part of the world. A beaut is not a good thing to say. You're an absolute beaut. Oh, thanks, mate. No. That is not a compliment, you beaut. Also a Texan. Sorry, Sam. I know you're not a Texan, really, but calling someone a Texan in Liverpool means they're not the best. But a blurt, a beaut, a Texan, a bad Hank. Loads of them. You're a fucking bad Texan, you lad. Since you keep your live chats visible after the fact, can you as creator delete comments after the live ends before it's published? You can withhold before it publishes. And if you want to go through, I don't know about the live chat. I think you might be able to. You might be able to. I think you can go into the live chat and block people. You can moderate it afterwards if you watch it live. I'm sure you can. Yeah, but if you're doing that live, just within the settings, just set it to go to unlisted to begin with. You can go back in. If you've shown something like Vic does, where she shows something she doesn't want to show, like when she was looking at a parcel that arrived, her address was on there briefly, before that was allowed to be put up to YouTube as a VOD, video on demand, she just withheld it, went in and deleted out that little bit of footage. So if there's something that you don't want to be up on your channel, you can just go in afterwards, delete the bits out that you don't want, then put it up as a video afterwards. I don't give a shit. What you see is what you get, and if you've seen it, other people can see it. If it gets me into trouble, I don't care. You are foul-mouthed that way, actually. Foul-mouthed. Mods are more likely to remember that YouTube is global and English isn't everyone's first language. Yeah, you can make a little bit of give people leeway. Occasionally, people, especially on Vic's channel, have said stuff, and it's like they've done this. They've put this into Google Translate. This is what's come out. Sounds totally different when it's preceded by I rather than you. I couldn't doesn't sound anywhere near as bad as you couldn't. Absolutely. Even I said, oh, bad, yeah. That tune's a proper belter. Mods can block and hide after as well. Cool, man. Say Butte again for you. Shut it, you Butte. You absolute blurt, lad. You fucking bad wall, you, lad. It's always lad. Butte. Fucking Butte. You've done that with stuff that was missed in Vic's. You just go in and clean it up, don't you? That was the first. You cleaned your teeth with earbuds in. Did you almost feel like you were going to explode? Were you airlocked? Yeah, wee dancer. Helen, how you doing? I love that dancer. Oh, you wee dancer. Earbuds in where? We need to ask this. Where? Where were your earbuds? Plus airlock, I shouldn't have used that because that's got a meaning behind it as well. Don't go there. Don't even go there. Yeah, that must be. Does that create brushing your teeth with earbuds in? Does that create some kind of pressure displacement? Is it like taking off in a plane? How does it work? And remember, your better half is 50% Scottish. 50% Scottish, 100% legend. Get it right. The 50% Scottish, is that T-fuck? Is that the version? That's the 50%, isn't it? You know that when it comes out, when someone says something. T-fuck. I didn't think you spoke like that. Sorry. It just came out. Your ears. Long time no see. Absolutely. Yeah. Thomas is worried about your hip. We can get you a perching stool for the kitchen so you can continue to bake. Perching stools are a nightmare, by the way. Absolutely. Absolutely. I had one for when an old woman used to come round and soak me up of a morning. Some random old woman. You're usually legen. Are you legen, werken or shaken? Airlock has it's not even a double entendre. It's a single entendre, that one, isn't it, Christine? We know what it is. Filt. Absolute filt. Always legen. Always legen. Didn't know that's a party when the Scots were through. Absolutely. It's always a party when the Scots were through. Especially with the overhead kick by Scott McHogmanay. That's relief. You ever have a live where the chat gets high speed, and it will happen, definitely. Definitely want the option to keep the chat, but take some stuff out. Yeah, even just to the chat, that scrolls too much. It's your live. It's your video that it goes up to, so and that, you have to go in there and be happy with it, you know what I mean? Oh. Helen.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It is there. Go ahead. Great stuff. Lurking but not shaking. Always working, never shaking, sometimes lurking. Doesn't like gherkins. I don't know. Could be. I've just made that up there, haven't I? You are going up, you're going up. You are there. Is right. Yeah, Sam. Helen is Steve-O's better half. Much better half. She's lovely, Helen. A fantastic baker. Every day's a school day, it is. Norwich's very own Kenny McLean from the halfway line. He did. He absolutely nailed it. That blew my mind yesterday as well, by the way. At the beginning of the game, I don't know what it was like at the end, but at the beginning of the game, 22 players on the pitch. There was only one player who played for either Celtic or Rangers on that pitch. That one player was Kasper Schmeichel, the Danish goalkeeper, who plays for Celtic. Not another player from Rangers or Celtic on that pitch. Bizarre. Blew my tiny mind. Helen in and immediately there. She was saving herself. You say it in a Scouse accent, just like chicken. Chicken, lad. Gives a bit of your chicken, mag je? Fucking chicken, lad. I always piss people off when they find out I'm a Scouser. Can you say chicken for me? Certainly, chicken. No. Say it the way you say it. I just did. No, but that's not what Jimmy Carr said. Well, Jimmy Carr's not from Liverpool, so fuck off, lad. Ah, there you go. Chicken. See, this comes from the Welsh, doesn't it? That's where we get it from, sure. Bloody Welsh. Coming over here, ruining our accents. The Norfolk correspondent graphic is always there. It's there. Doing remarkable work in the field. Not just in the field. The keeper says something about the decline of Rangers and Celtic. It really does. At least some former Rangers managers go on to better things. Smith to Everton, Clement to Carrow Road. Absolutely. Yeah, it's bizarre. How can you have 3 players from Bournemouth but no Rangers or Celtic playing for Scotland? Bizarro. She's obsessed with chicken and a can of Coke. He said something in a Norfolk accent at work on Monday and everyone laughed. Why? I don't even know what accent's coming out of my mouth half the time. My daughter's the same as well. I was talking to her last Friday it was, wasn't it? In the car on the way home to hers. Sometimes, Dad, I just say something and it comes out weird in someone else's accent. Yes, I know. I do apologise for that, Jess. You got it from me. It's called echolalia. Depends on what you said. Were you trying to say beautiful? Was that what it was, Helen? Because if you were trying to say beautiful and it came out in Norfolk, I'm not surprised people laughed. Beautiful. To be honest, we're expecting a different ex-Rangers manager to get the City job. Which one were you thinking? Not Stevie G. Oh, man. With his little 3 head. He hasn't got a 4 head, he's got a 3 head. You met Steve and his better half now, Sam. Did you know they also had a musical double act called Norfolk and Chance? The old pub one, isn't it? The old pub duo. I'm Jimmy Norfolk and he's Stevie Good. Together we are Norfolk and Good. Guess what you're having for tea tomorrow? Chicken. Are you having a can of Coke with that? Why isn't Coconut banned? And it isn't called Bolivian Marching Powder? Because it's an American company. That's why. And presidents are normally either a Coke president or a Pepsi president, aren't they? Mucho dinero. Echinacea. Thought I kept colds away. It does. But it also sounds like a sneeze, which is bizarre, isn't it? Russell Martin, after playing for you for 10 years. Yeah, actually, I thought that before he even went to Rangers. Norwich legend. Does he want to go back as a manager, though? Because he's shit as a manager. Imagine wasting 10 years of your life building up a great, superb reputation with the fans, the rapport, he bleeds yellow and green, and then 2 years of being a shit manager and it's ruined completely. Does he want to do that? Or would he rather go somewhere else and ruin them? Would he rather go to Ipswich and then relegate them or something? He thought it was like a tiny guitar. Echinacea. Ever had chicken cooked in Coke? Lovely. I haven't. Why isn't that massive in Liverpool? You should bring that up here. Have a van selling it. Those little like the old 2CV vans that you drop down. People do coffees out of them and stuff like that. Have a chicken cooked in Coke van. Learn that from the Bright Lights Big Cities film with Michael J. Fox. He's a Fox. Stephen Naismith on the Scottish coaching staff last night. He managed Hearts for a bit, didn't he? Everton and Norwich legend. Legend as a bloke as well. Looking after people. Used to work a lot with the Whitechapel Centre, didn't he? The homeless folk in Liverpool. Even after he left and went somewhere else, he was still sending money and fundraising for them and what have you. You've seen Nigella Lawson doing pork in cola. Ding dong. Is there a beer can cooked? There is. Mate of mine off Twitter years ago, from Birmingham, he used to do beer butt chicken on a barbecue no matter what the weather was. If it was like this now, the barbecue would be on and he would do beer butt chicken. Loved it. Absolutely swore by it, and he looked amazing, to be honest. There is. Beer can. But that's more to do with Jamaica, isn't it? Where you put streaky round it. Beer can chicken. Not done any bacon lately. What? Yes, Thomas, you lech. You absolute lech. Says Christine, who spent ages earlier on watching Daniel Craig wearing a bib. Bib and Barnsley, telling you. You've had chicken cooked up right on a barbecue with a can of ass. Yeah, that's the one. Beer butt chicken. You don't hold against it with the City legends, like when Brian Gunn lost 7-1 to Colchester in League One years ago and he's still loved by the club. Did he get fired afterwards, Brian Gunn? Tell Brian Gunn he's fired. He'll get you an old Citroen van. Be boss, wouldn't it? Not a Berlingo. Park me up outside the new ground and you can serve chicken and Coke. You can retire after a couple of matches. There is one of those Citroen vans on Vauxhall, which is where I have to drive onto to get back home, but towards town. It's for sale. A white one of those. If I had the money, I would go and buy it tomorrow. You had a Moroccan beef farmer and he made chicken with prunes in beer. Oh, boyfriend. That sounds nice, chicken with prunes in beer. Can't remember if it was cola or beer. I think you can do both, Mandy, to be honest with you. It's more to do with the steam coming out of it, isn't it? So whatever it is, it flavours the inside of it. Chicken. Oh, Craig's blue eyes. Do you like chipped ice? Do you like chipped ice? He went bang. I dealt with a fella years ago whose name was Mustafa Gunn. Genuinely. And I said to me mate who sat next to me, Grace, oh, he's gutted. Why? He's just been fired. Everyone on the team did that sort of, She went, oh, has he? The poor sod. No, he hasn't. I had to explain the joke. We have to explain the joke. Oh, I thought you meant he'd actually got sacked. You're very careful with your typing. Don't want accusation level about you and pork and Nigella. She is filth though, isn't she? Let's face it, she is filth. She knows what she's doing. My favourite one of those is not even Nigella. Shooting Stars Ulrika doing a pastiche of Nigella. Really funny. If you've not seen it, look for Ulrika Nigella Shooting Stars. Very, very funny. Very funny indeed. Nigella Christmas show is a must, absolutely. Filled. Prunes are only good for one thing. Sticky toffee pudding. I had one of those last week. Cheap shit one from the shop. Goo are now doing sticky toffee puddings as well, by the way. Too sweet for you. Yeah, you're into more savoury stuff, aren't you? Much more. Daniel Craig, yeah, Christine. Blonde, blue eyes from the Oblong of Dreams. Handsome, athletic, talented. Are you sure you're talking about Daniel Craig there? You're not saying you and him could be twins, but you're not saying... Yeah, you and him could be twins. And if you stood side by side, you would look like the front cover of the film Twins. You know, you're okay apart from the hip. Jean-Jay's crossed, that improves rapidly. Very fit indeed. He once played in a golf competition and played against a fella called Ivor Gooden. True story, he did win. Some mad names like that, isn't it? At Marine, years ago, the Merseyside football team, the non-league team, had a player on the right wing called Murgatroyd. No, Evans on the right wing centre forward was called Murgatroyd. So there's loads of times that it was Evans to Murgatroyd. You like a bit of hot and sweet and sour? Yeah, I like stuff like that. Japanese and Chinese soups, especially. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, Tomash is going to provide the perch and stool so you can carry on baking. I'd watch that, carry on baking. No need for that, is there? There is every need for it. In fact, if me and Thomas stood side by side, it'd look like the start of that bloody film. With me being a smidge under 6'2" and him being a smudge over 5'10". Lulu Bellatini, I've got to have a go at him. He's a wool. It's part of my job to have a go at wolves, isn't it? Hot honey is all the rage there. It's the new salted caramel. Similarly crap. Perch and stools. Have you not seen perch and stools? Christina Losovic. It's a stool, but it's lifted up slightly. So you can perch on it, but you can't sit on it. I had to have it when I was back home from the hospital. I had to go and have a wash of a morning. I couldn't get upstairs to the shower. So a middle-aged woman used to come in and soak me up of a morning. I had to remove all my clothes. Dignity. I had a fucking win there. Well, she's looking you in the eye, asking how was your tea last night while you're trying to soak your Davina McCalls. I had a fucking win there. You are wounded. Wounded. Sounds great. Can you order a stash? Something in your brain, Sam. You like hot and sour soup. Something in your brain initially tells you to reject the option. The rest of your brain has to correct it. Got to make it happen, man, boss. Yeah, like a shooting stick. That's what it is, isn't it? But it's a stool, an actual stool. But it's lifted up at sort of that angle. So you can perch on it. But you can't get comfortable. You can't fall off the back of it because you're pretty much leaning forward all the time. I had one in here. I think I used it 3 times, and then before that, I'll make my way upstairs and I'll go and have a shower instead. I got my thing go through this morning. I'm going to read this out to you. Hi, big boy. Oh no, that's a different one. The review of your pip has started. The review of my pip has started. I could be getting money taken off me, despite the fact that I can't even bloody walk. If it takes over and caramel goes back to being unsalted, you are all for it. That's a good swap, that I don't mind that. Very good brain negotiation. Barnsley's got it. She's got it. Shooting stars never stop, even if they reach the top. There goes a supernova. One up for shoulder, yeah. Bring back the normal caramel. Unsalted caramel. If you get unsalted butter, why can't you get unsalted caramel? Wankers. More like one of the modern bus stops that vagrants can't sleep on. Exactly that. Bastards. Feel most of your brain's time is spent arguing amongst itself. That's a good sign, that though, Sam. There's stuff in there, there's intelligence in there for it to argue with itself. Night night, ali ali out. Don't run in the morning. Yeah, healthy inquiring mind, definitely. You don't do buses. I don't do buses. Your very personal improvement plan. VPIP. Very, yeah. Personal independent payments. Picture in picture. Disability, Dwayne Eddies. For help with the fact that I can barely do anything for myself. No, not like that, not like that. Don't think people pay for that, but you know what I mean. I can't make my own bed. Can't do my own kuchen. Can't cook chicken. I can't do any of that. Unfortunately. I can buy sandwiches from the shop and I can microwave food and stuff like that, so I wouldn't die. I wouldn't starve, but I can't cook fresh stuff. I can throw things into a washing machine. I can't hang them up afterwards because that is frigged. And now I have to speak to someone from the DWP and explain that 3 years down the line, I'm not really significantly better than I was. And I might have to make my peace with the fact that this is as good as it gets. Might be. Might not be, but it might be. Ain't that choice? Who doesn't love a supernova? The people who live near the supernova. Because it will blast your planet to bits. You know what I'm saying? PEP, penis encrustment protocol. How did that not get blocked? Buch. Why can't I cook? I've only got one hand. To be able to hold stuff and cut it up, I can't do. And also, I don't really trust myself around boiling water. You know what I'm saying? It's an absolute pain trying to make anything. I can't make toast. I can put it into the toaster and get it out of the toaster. Trying to hold it down while I put butter on it is impossible. It's mad. See how you are next year, eh? It's supposed to be for 3 years at a time, I think. But it sounds like I'm trying to call it in. I'm not. Genuinely, I right now I'd rather not be getting PIP. I'd rather be able to go out and actually do something. I'd rather be able to play guitar, PlayStation. I'd rather be able to get in a car, a manual car, if I wanted to. Drive wherever I wanted to. Go on a 15-mile hike, but I can't. Some days I've walked out of here to do my little Bart's head walk and I've got round the corner and had to stop. And Helen could give me some support, work out some adaptations so I can cook one-handed. I'll be a master baker in no time. What do you call me? Bonkers. Revengi. You'll wreak your revengi. There's no revenge needed. Don't be taking out on me just because you need a stepladder to paint the skating boards. Know what I mean? Disgraceful behaviour. Disgraceful behaviour. I'm going to try and work out a way of streaming from outside the stadium as well. At some point, Tomash. I'll work it out. We'll get you live on the channel again, so that some of your newer fans can see it as well now. You'd rather be Banana Armstrong? What do you say? What? What you going on about? What you going on about? I also can't cook some shit at kuchen. Blocking penis is so 2025. Sounds painful as well. Michael Caine, the chef, only has one hand. Should I know Michael Caine, the chef? Get him to come here, we'll high five. You got yourself a hot water dispenser. You'd have thought you'd have learned after the first time you dropped the kettle, but you waited till the second time. Hot stuff. See how handsome he is. Oh, Christine, he is a very handsome man, very dapper as well. He dresses well. He's not he might be a wool, but he's not a meth. Nor is he a Butte, a Blurt or a Texan. He's a classy gentleman. Thomas can be my tripod. I can be your tripod, baby. Mel and Kim. I have finally tuned up like Miss Jones. We'll sort something out yet. We'll have to make arrangements, all joking aside. 52,000 people milling through the fan plaza, all of them taller than you. Does not make for easy navigation. But, me being taller than most of them, you should be able to see me. Like a lighthouse. Sorry, complete shitehouse. For thee at least, I know. Not the same as parking on Goodison Road, is it? Just easily walk past. Ah yeah, there you go. No. What's a meth? Someone who's uncool, dresses scruffily, has bad taste in music, things like that. Just a meth. Fucking meth, you lad. Yes, me, all in orange. I was wearing my orange earlier on, the smock. You can't mock the smock. And I was wearing it with a very, very, I don't want to say royal blue, it wasn't royal blue, it was lighter than that. A very bright blue hat as well. I'd gone for the full teal and orange look. No, it's over there somewhere, I can't get it. It's alright. If I wear my bright beanie, you should be able to see me because the beanie is about, it'll be 6.5 foot in the air by that point, with a big pom-pom on the top. Which is also orange as well as the smock. So much so, it is so bright, right? So bright that when I've been at the match and somebody is trying to get the attention of their friend on the opposite side of the stadium, right at the opposite side of the stadium, they've come and stood next to me. Look, I'm next to a fella who's dressed massive fella dressed in orange. Oh yeah, I've got you now. Thank you very much, my fucking marker, am I? Definitely supporting you. To arrange a sit-off on a terrace facing the Mersey when it's warmer. I've not been down there yet. But definitely, that'd be boss that. That I can imagine when it's warm. Last couple of games of the season, that'd be brilliant down there. Steve-O is cool AF. He is. Absolutely. Cool AF, cool autofocus. That's a camera joke, by the way. So on a camera, on a lens, you've got the choice of MF and AF. Very street, innit? You'll tripod and or do cinematic filming. Make it look like it's Everton fan TV, yep. I'll talk about Tim Irabunum in the deep-lying pivot and why we should be all in for Mbappe. We can do this. Make it cinematic, lad. Make it cinematic. I wanted to do that in the last home game. I wanted to get a few more shots. One of which was going to be a cloud time-lapse going past. But there was no fucking clouds whatsoever. It was just pure sunshine. And that didn't move. Pain in the arse. If only you knew. We knew. We know, Steve. We know you're cool, man. Find me in a crowd. That lanky fella that looks like the daft result of 4 species from Lord of the Rings mingling. Easily seen, easily seen. I should go in for Rossi's job. Do you mean being an annoying bastard or just doing the pitch side announcements? I could do that. I can pronounce people's names correctly as well. There's some cloud time lapses tonight, funnily enough. They are amazing when they work, aren't they? I did one the other week where I started looking a little bit like it was a Simpsons-y kind of sky. So I just put a camera in there quickly, finished off what I was doing, and when I looked at it, it looked amazing, looked stunning. Would it look better if it was outside though? If it had my camera outside, I mean. The clouds were outside. Be a much better idea for a start. I can pronounce people's names I wouldn't pick the same 4 fucking songs over and over again. Fire bastard work. Bruno pissing Mars, whatever his one is. Fucking hate it. Yeah, your attention to the quirks of this channel and its regular content warms not just your heart, Tomash, mine too. Oh, fuck on. You're going to be a creator. I want to be a creator. You should be. Me as Rossi, I would be perfect. And you can be a hype. You can be hype man. Stunning with a capital stun. What's funny though that the last sort of Everton video that he did of the match day looked very much like mine. My postcards do, only obviously much better, done by pros. I'm getting there though, man. Watching today's postcard and thought we should all do a postcard Christmas card to me. Oh, that'd be boss. That'd be boss. If you want to do that, send stuff in, I'll put it together. Yeah. It wouldn't just be to me though, would it? It'd be to the pause. That'd be boss. What a lovely idea that is, Steve-O. Get sending your stuff in. Because it's Christmas, send your stuff in. Sorry.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
If I played my stuff, would I circumvent copyright? My stuff hasn't been circumvented. I'm Church of England. By my stuff, do you mean that film I made when I was younger and needed the money? Oh, the Horace Haiku stuff. There'd be no copyright for it. I could put loads of Horace Haiku stuff and play it in the background for you. No es un problema. Yeah, you and Helen could watch Nigella's Christmas special. Helen could channel Nigella in your video. There you go. On a perching stool. In your dreams. All you need is a tight sweater and a knowing look, isn't it? That's all you need. You've already got the Kuchen ability. The Kuchen. Still blows my mind as well. Most things do, because obviously it's knackered. Blows my mind that her dad was Nigel Lawson. 2 things. One, that he called his kid Nigella, for a fucking start. And secondly, that she looks like she does. And the way he looks like he does. What? I can only assume they used to have a very, very good looking milkman. You meant if you got Rossi's job? I'd do a much better job than Rossi. Although, to be fair to him, no, I'm not going to be fair to him, he's a tit. You can understand what he says now. You can actually understand what he says because the sound system is much better. Much, much better. So it doesn't sound as garbled. I probably would sound garbled. See if you can get one of the squirrels, the backyard squirrels, to wear a Santa's hat. That would be amazing. Isn't Nigella 18 plus content? It can be for some people. You know, whenever she comes on the screen, so did I. It blows your mind that she's 65. It's mad, isn't it? Meet my daughter, Nikella. Nikella sounds like something you cook. You cook with something you catch if you didn't cook chicken long enough, isn't it? Please excuse Nick from work because he's got a bad case of Nikella. Undercooked this chicken, lad. This is my girl, Nikella. Ella. Maybe that's what Ella means. Ella Fitzgerald, her full name is Nikella Fitzgerald. Could be. Stranger things have happened. Yeah, the microphone still does drop out at Bramley Moor. Now, for the Blue, I hate him as well. Why did he keep calling us the Mighty Blues of Everton? Oh, fucking fighting relegation for 4 years in a row. The Mighty Blues of Everton. They're not fucking mighty. They might be wearing blue. We're not an ice hockey team. It's like the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, isn't it? Mighty Blues of Everton. Good luck, Sam. If you can manage to get a squirrel to wear that, amazing. That'd be nuts. They are boss, them squirrels, aren't they? Absolutely boss. Normally squirrels are really nervous. They just, I'm not arsed, mate. I'm having something to eat here. Is that a cat? Never seen a cat before. Is that a cat? Boss things. They look strong as well, don't they?
Very poor.
Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed.
Unlike the tune that's on now, man. Feels like heaven. Lovely stuff. Then do the Chipmunk songs, absolutely. Alvin, Simon, Theodore. Donuts, how you doing? Morning, Jackie. How's life clinging to the edge of Europe? Have you been battered by rain, by freezing cold? Or is it bizarrely like 20 degrees over there or something? You saw a portly squirrel today. They are solid, aren't they? I mean, if you see them, they've got biceps and all kinds of stuff, squirrels. See if you can teach them. Imagine that, man. I saw 3 young lads on Bowl Street on Halloween dressed as Alvin, Simon and Theodore. You were impressed that you knew who they were? See, Theodore, I actually just said Theodore because it's part of the song, isn't it? Tit. Animals of the Animals of the UK isn't the scariest, to be fair. You've never come face to face with a hedgehog. 2 o'clock in the morning, giant hedgehogs. They go around with flick knives and all kinds of stuff. Evil. Chew looking at you, slag. How's everyone doing? We're doing fine. Freezing nuts off the hills are starting to get white. I bet you they look beautiful, don't they, when they're like that? Bleak, but beautiful. Tis yourself. We'll look forward to seeing the videos. We will indeed. They look great when all the hills are that lovely lush green and brown and whatever. Really nice. But also when the white in the background, you do look gorgeous. Great song indeed. Fiction Factory. Oh shit. Eurythmics, it's after 9 o'clock. I can't see Dave Stewart after 9 o'clock. Bad things will happen. We actually caught a couple of birds today while recording. They're proving much more elusive than the squirrels. They always are. They're very skittish birds. And they know if there's a camera there, I'm not. My agent never signed me up for this shite. You wouldn't want to mess with a badger? Absolutely not. They are fucking solid, man. They are massive as well, badgers. Badgers just look like robots off Robot Wars. With massive claws and things, you know. They look like the fuckest uppest from space. You'd rather see squirrels. Squirrels are nice, they're cute. Hills were kind of grey this morning. The sun was out, so the sunny glow was brightening the hills. I bet you that looked amazing. The sun was out this morning here as well, just lazily, just above the horizon. It looked really nice. Grey hills in sleet. Oh. Basically have the same animals plus minus a wolf or 2. Hogs and a moose. Yeah, we don't have any of them. None of them whatsoever. We need wolves back in northern Scotland, I know that. Did we ever have moose in this country? I don't think we did. What deer? Lots of deer around the place. Squirrels act just like pets. Do you know what? It's weird, isn't it? I've seen that. There's a fella in Toronto, a camera dude, over in Canada, in Toronto, and he films them quite a lot. And he'll quite happily sit there and just throw nuts on the floor for him by his feet. And they come over and eat them. Over here, though, if you see a squirrel, normally it just shoots off dead quick. They don't like humans. 3 degrees most of the day. Same here, mate. Isn't it horrific? When a couple of days ago it was like 7 degrees, which was all right. 3 degrees, on the other hand, 4 degrees less, not all right. Looks cold, but there's no ice on the cars yet. So to put coal in your boots if you're in Badger country, since they don't release their bite until you hear the bone break. All right. Oh, Casper.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It is there. Level 31. Helen has showered and off to bed and said good night to one and all. Good night, Helen. Cheers for showing up as well. We like that when you appear in the chat. Lovely stuff. Thomas will send the perch stool for later. They're going to be good. It was -4 this morning. They're very fresh. Very fresh. 3 degrees with the wind. Horrific. The wind off the water makes it feel a lot colder than 3 degrees. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bastard freezing. When will I see you again? Phil Jupiter's daughter filmed an albino squirrel today. Bloody hell. That must be rare as rockin' or shite, that. You saw one creator demonstrating how to get a squirrel used to eating from one's hand. You really hesitate to go that far. I wouldn't either. It's nice, isn't it? It'd be lovely for a bit of content for YouTube, but the wild animals, you've got to get them used to being wild, and most animals should worry about humans. We're not really good with animals, are we? We don't treat them great. Feels about 1 C colder per 1 metre of wind per second. I'm not surprised. And normally, what are you talking about? 15 to 20 metres per second wind. Fucking breeze. I'm going to check the weather now while we're here. It says it's 2 degrees now. No, it doesn't. It says it's 3. It feels like -2. There you go, yeah. 3 degrees, clear. Feels like -2. Completely dry, though. Do you know what? Dry. Cloudless. Until 3 o'clock with a little bit of cloud. That's about it. Apart from that, and in the morning, tomorrow, it's going to be cloudless all day. If you're into your nighttime filming and stuff like that and astrophotography, this would be perfect for it. This is where we need a coronal mass ejection. This is where we need the northern lights out tonight. I'd get me big round moat, I'd be outside, me Russian fair trappers at camera, giving it beans, man. Casper must be the leader fella. The leader fella? I don't know, mate. You're up there as well, you know. Follow my leader, 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 follow my leader. No, Steve, you are. Do you know what? Bizarrely, it's Mandy, Ali, Jackie, Steve-O, Thomas, Casper. 3 girls, 3 boys. There you go. Shop at the table, mate. Shop at the table. Just read some words. Phil Jupiter's daughter and albino squirrels. They make sense, and yet it doesn't. You need Sam's brain to negotiate this. Sam, open a tab. We go. Phil Jupiter's used to be called Porky the Pig, didn't he? Porky the Poet. Porky the Poet. Which I don't think would be allowed on here, would it? Had showers of sleet all evening. Wintry mix, they call it now, don't they? Slow wind is 0 to 5 metres per second. If it's 3 or feels like -2, feck that. Where is the albino squirrel content hosted? Phil's daughter, also a QI elf, has an Insta channel. Ah, right. So we need to find out what her name is on there. Phil Jupiter's used to be a poet and he's a stand-up comedian. He's also been on QI quite a lot, which is probably why his daughter is now involved in the channel. She's an intelligent girl and is university type. She'd be on there, man. You were celebrating the up and saying goodnight to Nige Helen. Nige Helen Lawson, there you go. Slate is not a wet snow, it is. Sleet is a mixture of snow and rain. But it's now been changed. They don't say sleet anymore for some strange reason. They call it wintry mix. Your brain needs more deets. It's all about the deets. Norfolk Santa is Nigella, it is. Nige Helen. I wonder. I didn't realise she was a QI elf. Isn't that nice, that? She normally picks coloured stones off beaches, but she was on a walk today. Imagine that. Just picking coloured stones off beaches and one day go for a walk and albino squirrel turns up. You jammy bastard. Phil Jupiter's daughter and the albino squirrels absolutely shredded Toronto 72 when they were supporting 8 Mile Radius, of course. Yeah, Phil Jupiter's was good on Nevermind the Buzzcocks. He's a funny lad. I like him. I like him. Someone uploaded a photo of an albino elk moose in Norway. Beautiful creatures. The ancient giant elk that was in Ireland and UK was a foot bigger. What? Bigger than the ones they've got over there now. They are huge. They're bigger than a van. I'll have a quarter of wintry mix and some Corlick Yopes, please, shopkeep. I couldn't believe it. Wintry mix sounds very Quality Street. It does sound like a sweet, doesn't it? Yeah, some cough. I need cough candies. Do you know what I've got? I forgot about them. Talking about cough candies. Uncle Joe's winter nips. These little tiny sort of micro cough candies, but they're not really strong enough. I like I'm strong like bull, my friend. Strong like bull, my friend. Oh, hang on, is this air? This air, is it? Oh, hang on, this ain't working. My thing's gone ping, that's what it is. Has your thing gone ping? I've got to unplug this and plug it back in. This is difficult one-handed, by the way. No, that's having none of it. Many apologies for the inconvenience. Can't show that, Mandy, unfortunately. Nope. Ain't working, is it? Ain't working. Ach well, ach well. Where are we? You've got bags and bags of Jakeman's. Where do you get them from now? Used to do them in Tesco, but I can't see them anywhere. Polar bears are descended from an Irish grizzly bear. Uncle Joe's mint balls. Keep you all aglow. I love them. Emily Dubious is an Insta thing, a handle. Is that still a thing, is it? Can't beat a good Jakeman's. Does sound like something you call it as well, doesn't it? At school. He was caught having a Jakeman's. Your year 8 teacher was a fiend for the Uncle Joe's. Shopping with your dad recently, you saw the product and a reference to the teacher, only to bump into the teacher 10 minutes later. Christine likes sucking fishermen's friends. Oh, sir. Oh. It's on YouTube too. Omen Bargain. Omen Bargain, good for Jakeman's. You can tell you're from the Oblong of Dreams. Home bargains. Home and bargain, lad. You got some Winter Spice special edition. Anyone seen Victory V's lately? Who's V? Fisherman's Friends. No idea what all of that is. Fisherman's Friends, like lozenges. If you got a little bit of a bad chest, make sure you can breathe more easily. No, they're tunes, aren't they? Victory V's, I've not seen them in a long time. They used to be a massive thing as well, years ago. How many countries have polar bears for? Russia, USA, Canada and Denmark. Norway as well. Norway have got them, definitely. Or Norwegian land has got them, haven't they? There's a Half Man Half Biscuit song which references Victory V ice cream. They had to be. You knew the own bargains would get you. Terrible behaviour. Fisherman's Friend is a cough drop. It does, and it blows your mind and blows your head off. Tunes. Do you still get tunes? You should do. Blackcurrant tunes were the best. Were the blackcurrant or were the cherry? Which one was it? Tunes. Helps you breathe more easily. Yeah, it's Norway have them as well. Svalbard. You got them here, but you don't get all the other stuff. Are you talking about Victory V's and Fisherman's Friends or polar bears? Yeah, I lived in the Netherlands for 3 years, never saw a polar bear there once. I wonder how far down they would come as well. grow up fast sweets, those Victory V's. Are those the ones that you steal once and never steal again? Thinking that there's some kind of, I don't know, they taste a bit like a sherbet lollipop or something. It's going to taste like that. It's going to taste really nice. Oh, Mum. Mummy, Daddy. Yeah, you need to know what you're doing with Victory V's or Fisherman's Friends. You don't fuck around with them. Not for children. Couldn't believe it. You say drop as well. For licorice. Zoete drop. You get Halls. You're not seeing tunes for ages. Halls, mentholyptus. I wonder if they still do tunes. Can we check that? Tunes was a branch of throat lozenge manufactured by Wrigley. I did not know that. Discontinued 2017. Bang out of odour. Bang out of odour. It's a shame that. And now you no longer get the, I'll have a second class return to Dottingham. Victory V, it's not a candy, it's a lozenge. So if you've got a bit of a chest complaint, you can't breathe too easily, you take that and it lifts everything and makes you breathe easier. You say halsspattel or Hals tablet. Finally got through the video with the albino squirrel in the middle of it. Very nice, very nice. I'll check that later. I haven't seen Wrigley's chewing gum in years. They must do it. That was one of the biggest companies on the planet. They can't get rid of that. They can't get rid of that. I can't speak English. Chicken, there you go, better. I might have to get Victory V's. I've got Kendall mint cake there. In a lovely tin. It's a lovely tin. The tin's lovely. Two cough sweets in a bar. In walks a tune. Seen him. 4 pints and he goes mental.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. You're having that one, Zave? Halls reminds you of your granddad. He always had packets of Halls lying all over the house. My granddad had exactly the same thing as well, to be honest with you. Tunes and topics. Are they just deleting stuff that starts with T? Breakfast starts with T. Then a little egg and some soldiers. Blackadder. Victory V's now made in Devon. Originally made in Nelson, 20 minutes away. She was only 20 minutes from Nelson. Ah, you're only up road, aren't you, lass? Only up road. Maple leaf. There was a factory on the way to school. Smelled very minty. When you say smelled very minty, did you mean it smells of mint? Because in Liverpool, minty means disgusting, dirty, unclean. Ah, lad, need to want me car clean. It's fucking minty, lad. And when Halls first started advertising there in the 2000s, that and Strepsil. Get us a bag Lulu Bellatini. Go ahead, get us a bag of them, will you? With tunes and topics, Mars products. Oh, I don't know. I think actually Tunes was Wrigley. Wrigley's Tunes. There was a memorable television advertising campaign for the product with the slogan, Tunes help you breathe more easily. The commercials featured the actor Peter Cleal, who would perfectly enunciate the word tunes after taking the anti-congestant. There you go. Wrigley's still going. The previous owners were Roundtree Macintosh before Wrigley. There you go. That's why. Them Dan Yankees have come in and took them over. It is Wrigley, not Mars. Hang on. Owner is Mars. Yeah, there you go. Wrigley is owned by Mars. Never heard of maple leaf. Just sounds too much like tobacco, doesn't it? Lockets, you love them. They are Boss lockets, aren't they? They were too much like sweets then, though. Is everything not Tesla applesauce? It should be, shouldn't it? Your song is on the dookie. Lip hop fatty, lip hop fatty, fatty reggae. Thought mint meant good over there in mint condition. It does. If something is mint, it's good. It's in mint condition. Minty, on the other hand, doesn't. Such are the vagaries of Liverpool for a start. Actually, most mints are made from the birch trees due to harvest consistencies globally. It's one of those things that are actually mostly something else. Boycott Mars. Your Mars on toast. Her Unbelief. That's what I thought. Wasn't she married to Henry VIII? Unbelief. Feck Mars. Unbelief was always connected with students over here, I think. Unbelief meths. You fucking unbelief meth. Bloody language. Well, Michael Jackson was going about things being good that were bad. You have Norfolk shag rolling tobacco. Yeah, I've heard in Norfolk you like to roll your own. Is this thing on? And believe. Oh, see, it's not just shitty jokes, there's also shitty historical jokes. Bloody language. Think yourself lucky, Esther. At least you know it's a different language. There's people that live 5 minutes up the road from us who are complaining. Why do you sound so different to us? Because we're not fucking wolves, that's why, lad. Bizarre. Ever spoken English so long that you started thinking in English, Esther, or dreaming in English? I used to do maths in the Netherlands, and instead of thinking of the answer in my mind in English and then translating it to Dutch, I didn't. I used to think in Dutch. I always thought that quickened things up a lot. Just do it. Don't translate, do, retranslate. No, just get on with it, man. Dutch people saying fancy a shag, meaning fancy a ciggy, yeah. That's why they're so popular around the world, aren't they? Was it drum tobacco that smelled of barbecue? I know, the fella who used to, the ex-postman that used to come in our pub, used to smoke drum all the time. It smelled completely different to the people who had Golden Virginia and stuff like that. Definitely had a scent of its own, didn't it? Silly question, why haven't you tried genetically modifying tobacco so it's less harmful? Because they don't give a shit about people who smoke, Mandy. Part of the reason why they don't want people smoking rollies because they're, well, slightly more healthy than the other stuff. The stuff that's in shop-bought cigarettes, there's 2 chemicals in there that they use, which, when you put them together, is what they drop into the gas chambers to kill people in the States. The same 2 chemicals combined. And that's what you're smirking. And they've got tar in them to make sure that they keep on burning, even if you leave them alone. So that as soon as they finish, oh shit, forgot about that. I'll have to smack another one. You know what I'm saying? They should do, but they won't. Money in it. Your old girlfriend was 6 months in New Zealand, and so after 3 days all her internal dialogue and dreams was then fully switched into English. Mad thing, fam. Old Holborn and Golden Virginia were the most popular, absolutely. But over here, at least, or in Liverpool, drum started to become more and more popular. And I don't know if it's because of the sailors. But you see people using them all the time. But it was them 2, wasn't it? Old Holborn, Golden Virginia. You can speed up learning a language by translating to pictures rather than English. Does that work? Is this similar to being able to remember a deck of cards in order just by picturing each, putting a little story and picturing each one of them? That would make sense. I just used to think in Dutch, no matter what it was, I'd just think in Dutch until I went home to England, at which point I'd think in English. I don't know. I don't think it's bipolar or anything, but I just think in my mind there was a Dutch section, there was an English section, then there was a Scouse section at the back, sitting there doing nothing, spitting on the floor. What you doing, lad? Duolingo's been working quite well for me. I know a lot more than I thought. Wasn't Drum what they brought over in France at EastEnders? I don't know, I don't really watch that one. Listening to spoken language just in the background really helps, it does. And that's why I suppose English is so popular around the world, because Hollywood films, US and UK TV shows, they're everywhere, aren't they? Music, same kind of thing. So much English language material out there that it makes it easier. Sweet Aston was popular here back in the day. Drum got popular because of Pulp Fiction. What first role to take in the restaurant would you want? Would you want? Like how kids learn your A is for apple with a picture of an apple rather than just the word, yeah? Makes sense, that, doesn't it? Ah, you're right there, Lulu Bellatini, makes sense. Yeah, visualise things. If you visualise things, it always sticks in the mind, doesn't it? Not apple is apple, which looks like this. Apple is that, which I recognise as being that. Makes sense. Picture this. Language blows my mind. Definitely, absolutely. How we learn the complexity of language. Just by hearing it. How do you explain to someone what cold is? It's not warm. What's warm? But it's not cold. I know, yeah, but how do you explain what cold is? It's when you feel cold. No, how do you explain what cold is? We have to, it sticks in, doesn't it? And we see sort of examples of things and then go, oh yeah, that's what that must mean. Ooh, cold. Oh, cold. Oh yeah, I recognise that. That must be cold, must mean that feeling I get. Yeah. We take it in, it's mad. EastEnders was a tobacco and alcohol supermarket in France. Oh my God. Oh right, I thought you meant they showed it on the show once, bringing drum in. I didn't know that. Joe sort of does that, it does. For some sections. Have you ever watched Mask? I'm presuming you don't mean the Jim Carrey film. What's Mask? What be that, Lulu Bellatini? Which one is it? What are we talking about? Come on. Give me the deets. As Sam said, give me the deets. My games teacher in New Ace was called Mr. Dietz. D-I-E-T-Z though, Dietz. Smoking. There we go, we're back to bloody unbelief, aren't we? Yeah, there's a little bit chilly cold freezing out there, isn't it? It's a way back chilly vanilli, so it is. Freezing, there you go, simple. Now, but you need to explain to someone, what is it? What does it mean? Being cold, being robbed of the heat evaporating from my otherwise great body. What's heat? It's the opposite of cold. Just mad how we learn these things. Once you've learned what cold means, if someone says cold in Dutch is koud, yeah, well I know what that is now. That means when you're, yeah. The one about the American boy with share. Oh, Rocky Dennis. Mask. He explains hot and cold to a girl in the film. Do you know, I haven't seen that. I knew it was 80s, that wasn't it? Sort of 1980s film. Rocky Dennis. Why have I not seen that? As opposed from Jim Carrey, which is The Mask, isn't it? Very deep heat. I have some of that somewhere. It's not that. What's deep heat? It's not that. Oh, we'll have to check that out, Louise. I'm going to have to see what that is. That clip alone, if nothing else. It is mad. When you think about it, though, isn't it? It is mad. If you had to explain something to someone, stuff that you take for granted, just because you know it. Well, I know what it is. Well, explain it to someone who doesn't know. Oh, it's the first time I've ever heard this language. Try and explain it to them. Cold as your cheeks as you snuggle up and sleep outside. Heat is tiger balm on your crotch as you win a better boarding school. Absolutely. Wash your hands before peeing. This isn't too bad. I've got the deep heat stuff. Yeah. Wash my hands for 4 days and then still gets in there where like swimwear. It's been years since you saw a mask. I don't think it's one of those ones that's on too much, is it? I've seen the film once in its entirety, but it's been quite a long time ago. Danish babies sleep outside the first couple of years. There's a few families around here that do the same thing, because it used to be a thing in the UK as well. Put them outside in the freezing cold. It's good for the system, isn't it? You learn to survive. We'll not hear from that for you. You don't smoke, you just drink. Drink! Imagine that clip might be viewable somewhere, Sam. It'll be on there somewhere. Watch this space, it'll be there. As Jeff is my witless. Oh, there you go, it's on there now. There you go. Ba-ding-da-ding. Use the deep freeze gel. Definitely wash your hands before peeing. Yeah, I've got that as well. I've got the deep heat freeze, Voltarol. Just my entire body is it. One half's hot, one half's cold, and all of it is bloody sore. It is good stuff in it. The deep freeze gel, I like that. Good for the immune system, like your winter bathing it is. The body fights because it's out in the cold. They need to sleep outside there. Back in the day, houses were drafty as hell. Bloody luxury. They were, weren't they? And still better than the bloody houses we've got nowadays. Triple glazing. Well, why is there a draft in here now? Well, the glazing's fantastic, but the brickwork's fucked. Wales gone mad. I need to find that deep freeze gel. I have a feeling I want to be needing that over the next few days. Everything's sore, Dave. Everything's sore. Although I've not had cramp for a couple of days. I used to be on the inside of your windows as well as... Yeah, absolutely. I remember that myself. Because they were old houses. Not made the same way they are now, but... Even then, some of the houses that we had over the years, be freezing cold inside, and you just go and light an actual fire in the fireplace. And then the entire house will be warm. It's amazing. It's drafty, it doesn't matter, it's fucking dead hot. Granddad said they always had frost on the duvet when they got up in the morning, in the winter months. Fucking hell, man. That's insane in the membrane. Only the living room had a heater, the rest of the house was freezing. Yeah. Ice flowers on your bedroom. Houses were drafty to keep them dry, now it's the opposite, you have to make them airtight. Yeah, isn't that mad? Keep them dry so they don't get rise and damp and stuff, I suppose, isn't it? Now you keep them airtight so that people can smoke weed in them all day long and no one knows. True story. Oh man. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Sore all over. Sore all over, yes Sam. Sore all over. Houses are built shit these days as well. Absolutely bloody awful. I don't know if it's just there's no pride taken in stuff anymore, but I know everyone's up against times, aren't they? This needs to be done by next week. If you can't get it done by next week, Don't just put up a heap of shit that's going to fall down in 2 years. Take a bit of pride in what you're making. Your former house, in the kitchen, you opened the oven just to warm the kitchen. Mum's parents had 4 kids before they had a kitchen, and until the mid-60s they had an outhouse. Yeah, pretty much the same in England, or in Liverpool especially. The places that were bombed ended up getting indoor plumbing, the older ones. I remember my nan's having an outside toilet up until the 80s, I think. They had them indoors as well from the late 70s, but they're still outside. Very steptoe. Drafts for ventilation for gas heaters. I was like me mum's mum had a coal fire, and she had a coal scuttle always next to the fire. Coal shed out the back. Just boss, mate. Boss. Fill it up of a morning, or the night before, obviously, and just sit in there throwing bricks of this bloody coal on there. Gorgeous. Whole house used to smell of fire. It was boss. There's a house down the road there when I go on my walk. They've got a real fire, and I think most of the time they're burning wood, but sometimes it's coal as well. The smell is amazing. Not like a good gas heater snooze. The fan heater I've got in here is boss. Another similar thing, mate. When you put it on too much and it goes too warm and you can't move. Boss, innit? When you were a kid, you remember your dad laying his huge work jacket over you, and your sister when it was freezing during a 3-day week power cut to keep you warm in bed. That's when having a big dad comes in handy, doesn't it? Massive jacket. You have a gas heater, how posh are you? Bloody luxury. I remember when all this went out but fields. I do, embarrassingly enough, as well. I was talking to my daughter about it not too long ago. Where we are, they just built a brand new housing estate, 800 houses up there. And that bit over the top, which I walk past all the time, that used to be fields with horses in. So now when I say to her, when I was growing up, if someone said, I remember when all this went out but fields, you're a fucking stupid owl bastard. Now I'm saying the same thing. But then again, I am a stupid owl bastard. Could do some toast with a heater. Ooh, toast. Used to have a real fire lit at Christmas. You left your new present, mitre delta too close and it deflated. That was a letdown. You have 3 OK radiators, but heater's expensive and can't for sure switch them off before mid-April. Bollocks. Just the cooking and gas, I think, is the most expensive thing because of all the tax on top of it. Bastards. You should have a vented loft, lots of insulation, and cold loft is a good loft. Had a special toast for. We had an open fire in the Netherlands, which was brilliant, gorgeous looking thing. I've got pictures of it somewhere, I'm going to find it. And then the chimney went through the rooms rather than at the back, out the way. It wasn't bricked up or anything. It was metal. Covered but metal. So heat came off it. So if you had to hit the fire on downstairs, the first room, it would heat that room up. And if you left the door open, it would heat that room and the rest of the corridor. And then the third floor, or whatever you call it, second floor or third floor, the same thing. It'd go all the way through. The house was warmed up just by that one fire in the front. Brilliant. Gorgeous, man. I thought gas was very American. Didn't know it was widely used in the UK. Yeah, well, we've got North Sea, haven't we? North Sea gas. We had our own reserves of it, so everyone got hooked on using gas. If you go to Kirby, outside of Liverpool, fucking wolves. You used to have the gas side and the lecky side of the estate. They ended up having more eaves, trays and roof tile vents and replacing the soggy insulation. Soggy insulation, I think. Cold means mould. House is humid. Humid's not good. Mould also grows in humid. It's the wateriness that causes the problem. It's got to be dry. Gas, yeah, not liquid petroleum gas, not gasoline, petrol gas, actual lighter gas kind of thing, you know, flame, that kind of stuff, that kind of gas. Used to cook crab claws in the open fire, tasted nicer with a turf fire. Use cylinders of gas in the heat, Isn't it funny how a lot of food tastes better with like proper fire? Proper fire. Yeah, the idea is you live in a cocoon of insulation, which is why UK houses are unsufferable during the summer. A lot of Northern European houses as well, not just ours, but once it gets warm, it just traps all the heat in completely. Which means during the summer, if you're really, really hot in the UK, open your little hatch. If you've got any loft spaces, open the hatch. Lets a lot of the heat through. Much better. You'd be surprised how well it works. The fiery taste is chef's kiss. Absolutely. Not had a barbecued anything or a fire cooked anything in years. Years. Actual years. The water condensers in the kitchen, it can't go anywhere. You can get rid of them. You get rid of condensation. That's when you need an extractor fan. Or a dehumidifier. And if you live somewhere where it's like that all the time, you get a very, very bloody good electrical dehumidifier. Make a draft also helps in the heat. Yep. But you need to be careful. Over here we need to be careful anyway. There's been times where you open a window and you're letting in hot air because it's hotter outside than it is in the house. Bizarre. Need some fresh air. We'll go outside then. Just don't open the window. Mackerel on the barbie. Oh, can't do mackerel. Can't do oily fish. Never have been able to. Makes me want to feckin' vom. My dad likes it though. New houses, you should keep your doors and windows shut to benefit from all the insulation, just like your thermos. Keep warm things warm and cold things cold. It does. It keeps in whatever the temperature is. It should keep in, shouldn't it? Still hot. Still hot. Never had that problem with Amsterdam. No. Different world though, isn't it? Amsterdam to where you are now. Out in sticks, in farmland. Different world. Plus, if you say you lived upstairs in Amsterdam, didn't you? Like the top flat. That helps as well, keep things warm. You get someone else's heat. It's not a new house, it's built in 1983 and poorly insulated. It's mad that, isn't it? It's not a new build, it's 1983. It's not an old, rather, it's 1983. That is a new build, but it's not. We were so used to, where I've grown up anyway, new houses were 1930s, 1940s, post-war 1940s. Everything else was way before them. This one's 1999. Not a bad house, but the electrics and the plumbing I think were put in by Laurel and fucking Hardy. I always said if I won the lottery, it doesn't matter how much it was, I'd buy this house. We love this house. We love living here. That has changed. I think I would buy a lovely big £1 million, £2 million mansion with a gym. And I'd pay people to come in and teach me how to do physio all the time. Can you put your choc ice and your cup of tea in your thermos? You can, and it knows exactly which one to keep warm and which one to keep cold. Plus, by the time you finish with it, you'll have a choc and tea. Choc and tea. Choc ice in a thermos, you say? That'd be cool. Built in 1930 and renovated with second floor, no mold problems. Should shut the doors, but the cat demands free roaming of his domain. You can't argue with the king. El Rey. El gato más guapo del mundo, eh? El Rey Domingo. Plus, you need to watch out for cats. You think you own the place. One day you'll be there, collapsed on the floor, as he's filled the place full of carbon dioxide or something. Carbon monoxide. Yeah, because he can get out the cat flap. You know what I mean? Near cat flap. Near cat flap. Or is Domingo too good for that? What? Me? Cat flap? Cat flap? You're absolute sure. Airing out the house can't hurt. It can't, but depending on where you are, you need to keep things either warm or cold. And then when it's a nice temperature, open all the windows and doors and air everything out. Definitely. Just don't be airing the house out when it's like this now. Can't be too moist. Too moist. No flat cap. No flat cap. You're waiting for the next match. You've edited a video and added music. Oh, Domingos, Duarte and Zcars. All you are saying, RP days, go ahead. You got the same thing. Cat crawls on the door. You're not allowed to have a cat flap. Bastards. Near flat cap. Near flat cap. Bloody cats coming over here being brilliant. On the plus side, are they still a thing, cat flaps? Do actual cats use cat flaps, or is it just something like rather than, like, I don't know, Tom and Jerry cartoons? If you let the warm air in, you're done for. There you go. This is a man who knows buildings. You've got to be careful. I mean, look at the mould that we had, the black mould we had in here. All because there was one little bit of a bottom of a pipe missing outside. Oh, you bet Lulu Bellatini's got a cat flap. Louise, show us your flap. You'd have to there, wouldn't you? You can't be arsing around with a cat. 38,000 feet up Mount Pendle. What, you want to go for a pee? Out the fucking door, go on, off you go. I'm not getting up. With 27 duvets and 58 pillows. Not moving. Not a chance. Go and help yourself. Go and call one of the Sherpas. They'll help you out. Filth. Filth. Utter filth. Ah. Can you put cat flaps into these modern doors? Most doors now are just like made out of plastic, aren't they? Did have, but not since the new back door. Since you had your back door sorted out, you've not been fiddle with the cat flap. Fucking, what am I doing? What am I doing? Sorry, Louise. Bought houses, yeah, but if you're not allowed to put a cat, oh, if they're rent, you're not allowed to put them in, of course. But also, most doors are like UPVC, aren't they? So you can't even put one in anyway. You see cat doors advertised more within a house rather than to go in and outside. Doggy doors are more common, alright. Used to have houses used to have cat flaps over there years ago, all of them. Anyone with a cat would have a cat flap rather than going out. Now you've got to be careful. You couldn't have a cat flap when you've got a sausage dog. Should think so. I know. Could have put it differently. Don't even go there. Don't even go there. Need a bouncer cat. Otherwise, other cats will enter. And you don't want to wake up one morning and just have to be surrounded by cats. Feral cats. Feral cats. Really try to never allow a cat outdoors for safety of wildlife and less illnesses of cats and fleas in it. Plus, how many cats are indoor cats and how many cats are outdoor cats? There are some that just seem to live outdoors. And PVC doors are really easy to break through. Fell through one while drunk. It was locked. Yeah, but you're not exactly like that, are you? There's a bit of heft to you, Donald. You've rugbyed yourself through, haven't you? That's why. Domingos Duarte is on Gato del Casa. Garden time under supervision only. Well said. Yeah, there are dog and cat doors that pair with a sensor to place on a collar, so only one's own animals go in and out. Alright, so it's locked. If someone else tries to turn up there and wearing a disguise. The hot air is the bee's ballocks. The bee's ballocks. Ollie is a house cat. Ollie is a house cat. Ollie is a house cat. Ollie is a house cat too. Beatles. PVC, your door is wooden. Modern houses these days, the doors are shit. You don't get wooden doors. Wooden doors expand and contract as well with the heat and the cold. PVC doors, plasticky doors, shite. Value the birds in the garden too much. Ollie's a house cat because he gets looked after as well. And he can walk in between your legs when you sat down on the desk. Just doing that. Doing the figure eight round your ankles. That's why. He lived by a very busy road when he arrived. Larger doggy doors can let in all manner of animals. Otherwise, yeah, including humans, they can. You don't need that, do you? We certainly wouldn't have that here. Not a chance. You live near 2 schools with feral kids on the main road. Yeah, keep them in. Keep them in. Don't know, only messing around with those bastards. Do you say people who feed the birds tuppence a bag shouldn't have cats as well? Absolutely. Tuppence a bag. Your cat was well. Born in Amsterdam and not used to going out. Stayed around, just around the house. Proper house cat. Yeah. Obviously, didn't take to Eastern Netherlands. I'm not going out. Esther.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It is there. Doggy doors. Couldn't have one of those at the front of the house. Definitely better from behind. Yep. That's the style anyway. You filthy beggar, you. Thanks, Mary Poppins. Throwing the shrimp on the barbie, Mary Poppins. Fucking awful, isn't it? Fucking awful. That Dick Van Dyke. Get Liverpool fans going mad at me now. Why are you having a go at Virgil? I wasn't. Oh, bloody hell. Steve-O.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It is there. We're smashing it tonight, aren't we? People levelling up all over the place. Many apologies as well to Illiman and Jai for stealing his celebration. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah, Casper, Esther, Steve-O and Helen. Nige Helen. All levelled up with boss tonight. We're doing well. We're doing fantastic. Fantastic. Do we have someone else as well? He's going to do that celebration versus Leicester and get in loads of trouble. Ooh, I know, yeah. I don't know, has anybody explained it to him? Please don't do that one. The same thing as we always start our games before Everton games, the sirens. Air raid sirens followed by Z cars. It was Remembrance Sunday, wasn't it? Or the nearest game to Remembrance Sunday in the last game. And we never used the sirens. People were moaning. Why? Why are they not using the sirens? Because it's fucking Remembrance Sunday. Last thing on earth you need to do is have air raid sirens going off before people coming out laying poppies. Soft bastards. Is the match hatch open at 2:20 in the blessed AM tomorrow for the cricket? What side's the cricket on? Is it BT Pissing Sport or TNT shite, whoever it is? Ditch the siren. Are we talking about Louise now, are we? She was the siren last week, wasn't she? Are you getting up to watch? He has to, otherwise you can't see over the top of Domingo. TNT the cricket. I wish they would TNT the cricket as well. Bastards. Hate them. I can hate them. BT wankers. I know it's TNT now, but they're still BT wankers. Nah, I've not got the channel. I'm not paying for it. There's not a chance that I'm going to pay another 30 quid a month on top of what I'm paying already. Balls to them. Balls to them. Although my dad's got it on his channel, on his TV, because we've got BT internet. One of the TVs gets that. Nah, it's too early in the morning for me. That. Plus, I've got to be out and about tomorrow, mate. Got to be out and about, which means I have to make sure that this battery is fully charged in case I decide to go make some epic content. Tune into Test Match Special. Is that still a thing? TMS. Unplug, you bastard. Daft time. Too late to stay up, too early to get up. It is, isn't it?